tonight, guys? We're live streaming, everybody. We're doing it.
We're going to go live on Facebook.
We're gonna go live. So it's gonna be a good time. So again, hello. How you doing tonight, YouTube land? How you guys doing? I'm so super excited. Oh my God, I just can't believe it. I'm so glad that you guys are with us tonight. You know what I mean? Let me get it going. Come join me. Come join us.
Oh,
Let's see. Let's get it going. Let's send out some
you can see them
invites here
now.
on YouTube. Let's post this.
Cool.
Let everybody know we're live.
Yeah, there's something going on with the
Everybody.
internet.
So now we
Okay,
are
we're good.
live
Terry Lampkins in the
on
house
Facebook.
tonight. Terry, thank you so much for joining us and joining me and the team and everybody. I got that quiet. So anyway, how you guys doing tonight? So we're good. We've got Facebook going. We've got everything going now on our own YouTube. And I'm super juiced.
Live
And
on
of course, we
Facebook.
have
And now
everything still going and everything's working well with our channel. So we got Accelerated Radio, Yikes Radio. We're streaming live Facebook. We're now live streaming directly to our own YouTube channel and Zoom. So let's get it together. Ready? Good evening and welcome to the Poetry of Justice show with JackieRay Phillips on YikesRadio.com and AccelerateRadio.net. Now, on the Poetry of Justice show, this is where social consciousness meets the arts. And what we do is we select topics that spark the interest and awareness of social diversity, ranging from arts, entertainment, and social justice at large, leaving our listeners thinking and saying in unison, guys, yikes! YikesRadio.com, everybody. Those are the sultry sounds of my mentor, the Mr. Kevin Nash. And Mr. Kevin Nash is the owner of this proprietorship here at the, Accelerated Radio and Yikes Radio. So I always just give a very special shout out and love and respect to Mr. Kevin Nash, because if it wasn't for his dream and what it is he loves to do, it wouldn't be possible for what me to do what I so much love to do. And then I'm going to give a very special shout out to our benefactor of the show, Miss Lori Ray Fisher of Gingy Productions and Entertainment Company. How are you tonight, Miss Lori G?
I am doing well. I'm a little hot, but I'm doing good.
Well, you're going to have to tell us more about that heat. And then, of course, everybody, I'm going to give love, honor, and respect to these beautiful women. Miss Shelly C. of the chat is in the house tonight. How are you, Shelly C? And then we also have Tanya Michelle with us in the house tonight. This show is being sponsored by the beautiful ladies of the chat. So how are you doing tonight, Tanya Michelle?
I am doing good. Excited about the show, as always.
So we're gonna have some fun things in store for us, guys. And then I also want to give a very special shout out to a really cool show that I wanted you guys to consider checking out on Thursday nights with a very dear friend of mine, Mr. Tweed Cadillac, baby. You can catch him again on Tweed Cadillac 93 Point Tweed FM ism. You want to again check that out on Thursday nights. And then I got to give a very special shout out to G Babies Catering, everybody. Woohoo! So we've got a really cool, up and coming company, and they're doing some great things on there. You want to check out Chef Mac on his Instagram, and that is G Babies, GBABBIES catering. And again, you want to check them out on Instagram. And then everybody, also want to give a very special shout out to WMPJ Steelworks and APS Muscle Cars. So APS Muscle Cars is a really cool thing going on right now. I want to just tell everybody about the expansion and the growth that's going on over there. So there's a new facility for storing your high-end car. So let's say, for instance, you've got anything you got. If you got a vehicle and you need to have it stored, this is where you want to do. The guy you want to talk to is Memo, M-E-M-O, with APS Muscle Cars, everybody. You can check him out at apsmusclecars.com. So, anyway, I know we kind of have a lengthy intro, but that's just how we do it here in the Poetry of Justice show, guys. So how are you doing tonight, the lovely, adoring ladies of the chat? How are you ladies doing tonight?
Excellent, excellent.
Excellent. That's a good thing. I love
Yes,
to hear
besides,
excellent.
besides the heat, doing good.
Chris, how are you doing tonight, beautiful lady? Chris, are you gonna come on screen? Yes, that you gonna not coming in screen. I like your picture.
I am blessed by the best.
Too blessed to be stressed, right?
Not stressed.
I'm blessed by the best with no stress.
That part, I was about to say, too blessed to be stressed. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very, very special guest in the house with us tonight, and that is none other than Big Tap, aka Joe Tapper. How you doing tonight, Tap?
How you doing tonight, Jackie?
I'm doing pretty good. What you think? You think I'm doing pretty good?
You all look great. You're always coming in looking great, so I'm hoping you're feeling like you look.
All right, I can deal with that. That sounds real good. And we got Dante in the house tonight, in the studio live at Accelerated Radio. How are you doing tonight, Dante?
I'm doing well. Surviving and thriving at the same time.
So you got to tell us about your hiatus from the show. Did you have going on, or did you not want to share? Do tell. You know Shelly and her gossip column.
Oh, no, I can share. So I got hired before the coronavirus and everything by a music supervision company in Glendale. And I was really excited for the opportunity. You know, I thought things were kicking off, and then the coronavirus hits. I am furloughed, but they really said that they liked me and want to be a part of the company. So I've still been working with them all throughout the week, not really getting paid for it. Is the kind of rough part right now, but I'm really grateful for the experience and just ready for the film industry to get back after, you know, the virus has kind of run its course.
Right. That we can talk about.
Well,
some
we
of
are
that.
very happy to have you back.
Yes,
I
for
appreciate
sure.
y'all.
We're probably kind of going to delve into something like that, Lori, tonight, because we're going to be talking about power and peace. But you know how Lori and I and the ladies of the chat and how we do here in the Poetry of Justice show, we're going to go deep into it. So we're going to have some current events kind of rolled into it. But again, power and peace, just kind of let that meditate in your spirit, if you will. And just what that means, what those two words mean to each of the panelists tonight individually and maybe even collectively, but your power and your peace, and like how to find it, how to keep it, what to do with it. And so what we're going to be doing is applying those principles to different topics and different current events. So before we delve all the way into it, my spirit is asking me to ask Shelly C., do you happen to have any updates on our celebrity side or anything like that? Because Shelly, you always keep us in the know. Because some of the things I might be trying to put on my list, you already gonna have for us. So what Shelly see?
Well, you know, the coronavirus kind of keeps, and all this stuff with Trump, he kind of keeps shit going. Excuse my language, but he kind of keeps things going. And so I have been keeping up on a few things, but and you know how sometimes we go back to big stories that we've had and kind of give updates on them?
Right.
And I thought I would give an update on something that I thought was very interesting.
Girl, do tell.
On the aura. Oh,
not on the aura.
Aura, girl.
Look at Tanya. Shifting in her seat.
I need to know. Girl, the aura reportedly made $1.2 million in 2019 when he was locked up.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. How much was that? Let me jot that down, player. What was that? How much?
$1.2 million, dog. $1.2 million.
While he on the lockup.
He did that popped up. He hit it. It says just one day after he reported that 3 of his associates were arrested for threatening and bribing all of the victims, and the imprisoned singer is now being accused of making 1.2 million in 2019 and hiding the funds in a secret bank account. It
I
was
am
under
not
some Brother Love LLC.
Wait a
He
minute.
was having the
So he
people-
can read something. He can read a little bit. If you know how to hide it, you can read a little bit.
Girl, I am
So
not
he
even.
had 3 of his people have been arrested for using that money to bribe the victims to keep them from testifying. And they got
Hey Snow, how y'all doing tonight, everybody? What's
All that
going
time he was
on?
saying
What's
he was
up, Big
broke
Floss the
and he couldn't
Balls?
pay
How
child
y'all
support
doing?
for his
Hey
children.
Snow Brizzle, good to
He
see
put
you.
1.2
Love
million in his
you.
bank account.
Hey Maggie Meg, what's going on, girl?
Who is
How y'all
who is
doing?
the
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly?
Talking about R. Kelly, y'all. Oh my gosh.
But I have a question.
I
What's that, Tanya?
Is 1.2 million broke for him?
It's you think? I don't.
Considering his build and his support, and you know, it sounds good to me. But is it okay for him?
For him to hide it,
I don't
for
know,
him to
y'all.
hide it, that's not broke. He's not paying for his children
Right.
to go to school and paying his. Yeah, you have other obligations, bro. So you hide money in other bank accounts so that you don't have to pay your child support and you gonna claim that you broke. But you want your people to pay these girls off to keep them from testifying. No, he wasn't broke.
You don't think he broke, Shelly?
Crazy.
Isn't
I
that
don't think
crazy?
so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's getting worse and worse for the R.
I mean, so like, can he keep? What is the issue that it's too much money for him to hold on to? He can't have that much, or what are they? What's the deal, Shell?
Well, he wanted to hide it because he wanted somehow for his people to be able to pay off, but not under his name.
Okay.
So that's why they put money. So they put it under the Brother Love LLC. It's called.
Do we happen to know how did this? Who you know me dig it? Like so somebody just like dimed him out. Like somebody got mad. You know how that go,
Well,
Always.
right?
always. Well, see, what happened
Somebody
was
didn't
one
get
of the
their
girls-
cut. Somebody didn't get their cut. You know what I mean?
One of the girls was told that they were being approached by 3 of his people that work for him. And they did some probing and they found out that he had a secret bank account.
Dang.
So-
I mean, you
It's-
know, I don't know if I would, hey, you know, so.
I think you need to pay your child support. You don't think that?
That's kind of bad.
That's bad. Meg is saying that he's not broke, his ass is just stingy.
Well, that's true.
You know what I mean? He ain't broke, he just stingy. You know, I don't know. That's
There
bad.
are some men like that. I mean, I'm not mentioning any names, but I do know some friends whose husbands have had different bank accounts with different names on them, mothers, cousins, sisters, and brothers, because they trying to hide the money.
Yes, that's common. That is really, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Hiding money from their wives, so they, that's what
For their
they do.
guma, you know what I mean?
Or if they want to
That's
go.
not just.
But that's not just not the man hide money.
That's
No.
not what?
Women.
Women can hide money too, Shelly.
Oh, yeah, they can, but I'm just saying that they still taking care of business, so when they hide it.
That's right.
Their kids are eating, their kids are clothed, they got shoes, they got socks, all that kind of stuff. They take care of their kids. They take care of their business, even though they may be hiding.
Okay, but the guys aren't in this scenario.
I'm not
Honey,
saying all guys. Y'all, I'm not saying all guys. I'm just
Right.
saying I just know of some people, like if an ex-wife might need some money and he might take it out of another account to give to the ex-wife. I'm just saying.
Right, right.
Things like that.
Most women are honest about. They don't really. I don't know a lot of women that hide money when they marry, because most women are really honest with their money. Like they'll let
Right.
you know what they got, but they ain't gonna let you take it. But they'll let you know what you got.
Right. Right.
I think most people are probably honest until they're not. Until something happens that makes you do something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tanya. Or like old school,
See, Big
I got grandmothers.
because he hide money.
Say it
What?
again.
I said Big Tap is shaking his head over there agreeing because he done hid some money for a reason.
Well, so when
What?
we
Is
went,
it okay?
yeah, old school grandma. To be real, grandma and great grandma always told me to have my own nest egg
Yeah.
that nobody needs to know about.
But yeah.
So I don't know.
That you can tell your kids about. You need to tell your kids. So in case something happens to you and they cleaning out handbags and they just don't throw them all away, they want to look in the crevices.
Not handbags.
You know,
But
Shelly.
that's known in our family. You check the Bible, you check the little coin
Check your
purse,
Bible, and
you
if you
check
at my sister's house, you check every handbag you can find.
Check all the handbags, dog.
under the carpet, behind the closet, in the coat pocket,
All the
the
envelopes, little
in the
shit
back of the
stuck in the
closet,
cut.
all of that.
You gotta do
So,
it.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
If you at my house, it's just wishful thinking. There's nothing.
You silly goose.
I don't know.
So that was one of the updates that I had. I did a little bit more research on Mr. Ara. I thought that was very
Hey Joe, how
interesting.
you doing tonight, guys? We just laughing and
is.
talking
That
and
is
having a
very
good time. You hear these clowns?
I don't know.
There's somebody thinking for him. That's why I was keep saying I know he's not just completely broke. He is not at zero. He
I
cannot.
you think so? He may just be kind of on the flattened side. You know what I
Well,
mean?
how was these girls staying in Trump Towers? How was they staying there?
But it's like I think how Tanya was saying, it's all relative to what your baseline is,
Right.
right?
Right.
So for broke to R. Kelly may be that he's down to, 5 million. Where broke for me is,
Hey,
But
Shelly.
hide it.
Shelly C. Meg says that it is nothing. Look, it ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, Shelly. You know, we've been saying that for decades. But for decades, dog, it ain't nothing wrong. I never forget when you told me wasn't nothing wrong. But Meg said that there's nothing wrong to save on the side for a rainy day, as long as everything else is being taken care of.
That's my
It's
point.
all good.
But it's not. Yeah.
I agree with you, Meg.
need,
What do
you
you
need
think,
to take
Lord?
care of your kids.
What do you think, Tanya Michelle?
I mean, I agree. I just think that you should take care of your business, but I do believe. I mean, if we just look at humans and just try not to judge, um, people get to a survival mode, and I don't know if that's the mode for him. He has to live life outside of jail. He don't know when his next record is coming.
Right.
I just don't know. I don't know how that is, but I know that all those things play into part. I'm not saying that he shouldn't pay for his kids. I believe that he should, and
Yes.
whatever alimony that he has. But at the end of the day, people have a lifestyle, and when you start getting scared, you do everything.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think
true.
that's just the reality of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you start getting scared and you start hiding it.
What do you Shelly said you get scared and you hide it. What do you think, Chris? What you think, sis, about the Kales and his dough? What you think about it? Think about it.
I guess like I was saying, everybody have a defense mechanism, and maybe that's just how he coped with it. You know, you never really know. Looking at how the world is going, you just do not know people and what they thinking, or
Right.
he just got caught up in some crap. So he trying to not be broke when all this is done and said.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we look at all of the people here, nobody has to raise their hand. But I'm sure that in your marriage or in your life, you've not been fully honest with money at one point or another.
Not fully honest with money. Look at Lori. Dante, let's go to you, sir, darling.
So whatever.
Dante,
What's up?
have you, in any type of relationship, not been completely honest about money and withheld data regarding finances from your mate?
I'm on the younger side, so I really haven't had one of those serious relationships where we staring like bank accounts and everything. And I'm not looking forward to that day, honestly. But
What?
I think it's like you said, you always have your own, separate thing from your partner. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So thank you, Dante. I don't know. Gerald, what you thinking, Big Tap? How you feeling about it?
Oh, hey, listen, you guys know that, I'm going through it. And as far as with the money is concerned, you know what? What I'm doing, I think, is the best thing. I'm just being quiet, taking business, like y'all said, taking care of my business. As far as I don't have that relationship because of everybody.
Right.
I hate to throw it in because I'm listen. I'm talking to three, four women on the family. Listen, I was the to me, I was the and now I'm really starting to come out myself. To me, y'all, I was the slamming dad, husband, everything. And I didn't want to say that because it sounds like, yeah, this guy think he, blah, blah. I made mistakes like anybody else, but my mistakes was mistakes. And my mistakes was, I think my mistakes. And now that I'm dealing with my situation, it's like I'm trying to, just live without thinking about the past.
Okay.
Money, everything. Just handling my business, y'all, and just moving on because to tell you the truth, I can't, it's hard for me to even live because I realize I'm doing way better without her. I hate to tell y'all that because y'all with me, but I'm doing way better without,
You like
way
that?
better,
Okay.
way better without. And it's like y'all talk, and the one thing about it that I give to her, she's not bothered. And I think
The
she
script
knows
has
because
flipped,
we
y'all.
have to do things together, even though we ain't speaking.
Oh, here it is.
We have to do things
Hey,
together. And
Nathaniel.
I
What's up,
know
Nathaniel? How you guys doing tonight? Thank you
but
for
her
coming on.
pride or
Thank you for
whatever it is, and I'm
hanging
not
out with me,
getting
guys.
involved. But she
Listen,
sees
Gerald.
doing way better.
Hmm.
She sees I'm doing way better. I'm not even telling her I'm doing way better with her, but I'm telling the panel and you
Right.
guys, I'm doing great without her.
Awesome.
Yeah. All
With that being
right.
said, that's a great
Woohoo.
segue. Jackie,
Yes.
what do you think about Dre and Nicole's divorce?
Girl, I was thinking about that today, and that's a shame that I'm trying to think where.
Dre. That's like,
Why am I thinking
Nicole
about other
Brown
people
filed
pre-nuptials?
for divorce on June 29th. She filed for divorce, and she says that there was no prenup. TMZ says
It was a
there was
prenup.
no prenup.
Yeah.
But Dr. Dre
Hey,
says there
Nathaniel.
was.
Hey, Letitia.
Now he's willing
I
to
love
give
you,
her
baby girl. God
alimony,
bless
but he
you.
said he's not wanting to split up the property. He said in the
That's a smart
prenup,
man. That's a smart man.
yeah, he said in
Uh-uh.
the
can't
prenup.
do that though.
Uh-oh, y'all. It's finna get ugly. It's finna get ugly.
Oh,
Man down, man down.
but
See
Lori,
what
if
I'm
there's a
saying?
prenup, can he do that if it's a prenup, Lori?
Well, it has to be written in the prenup that she relinquishes all rights to any future wealth
Any.
that he develops. So you
Well,
got to look at
But what
typically.
does she bring?
Uh-oh.
What does she
Hey,
bring
Mr.
to the
McCoy.
table? See,
Well,
that's what I'm saying,
she
man.
brings I believe is it how many years of marriage, Jackie?
Like
Yeah.
23, dog.
Like 20 years.
Wait. I don't think it's what did she bring to the table
Uh-oh.
in finances. I don't think it's what did she bring to the table in the relationship beyond love. Because when you become one, when you put that ring on and you have that partnership, then what is yours is also theirs. So if they don't bring any properties, if they don't bring any cash flow, if they don't bring anything financially beneficial to the relationship, then I think that's just the reality that, is happening. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
So he did.
In the future though, I don't think that they should have rights to the holdings. I think that's the kind of legality that gets twisted is that after a divorce, if there is no prenup, your future holdings they'd have attachments to and they have rights to, and I don't think that's right.
Okay,
Well,
well,
So how much?
if I had before we got married and we get married, now that all this stuff going on, I'm definitely see. I ain't had nothing when we got married, and don't have nothing now. So that's the great thing about it.
well,
No.
in California though, Pat, in California, that's fine. In
California, not New
California,
York.
and we're in California now. Let me tell you, in California,
Uh-oh.
she helped him come up when he didn't have anything. So it's not what she brought to the table. Her thing is, you bought these houses and you sold beats when you was married to me for 23 years. So you came up while you were with me. So what she's saying is, I'm entitled to the same lifestyle that I had when I was with you.
No, no.
Uh-oh.
No,
Uh-oh.
no,
Uh-oh.
no.
Hello, Mr.
Yes,
Martinez.
yes,
It's
yes.
going
yes,
up, y'all. We weren't
yes.
even supposed to talk about all this, but hey, it's the chat.
If we're separating, why are you entitled to the same lifestyle that we had if we're separating? If we're
Okay, let me
separating, I'm
explain that
gonna
to
live.
you.
Uh-oh. Break it down. Bust it down
But
one
if we're
time.
separating,
No.
if we're separating, I'm gonna live my life in my lifestyle, and you're gonna live your life in
No,
your
no,
lifestyle.
and no.
No, and no, and no.
What you
No,
mean, no?
let me tell you, John Terry.
Nuh-uh. No.
No, because what happened is that while we were together, we had a family, we raised children.
Yep.
I stepped out of the workforce to be the worker here at home, to give you the ability to not really worry about that.
Most definitely.
So yes, we have to divide this lifestyle
Right.
because that was our agreement.
That's what
Our
we did.
agreement was you're going to be the outside of the home earner and establish a baseline of living
Yeah.
for us, right? So I cut myself out of the workforce, out of my potential
Hi,
earnings
Asia. How
for the
y'all
past
doing
25
tonight? Good to see
years.
you, beautiful.
And you're supposed
Happy
to just be
birthday
able
to
to
your
walk
angel.
away and say, "Oh, sorry, Lori." No,
No,
no.
I'll bring you some bread, but I mean, how long the bread got to be?
Y'all remember acrimony?
And
You
the
remember
state-
acrimony?
California's crazy.
In the state of California, I just,
Wait, Chad, let Tanya finish. Go ahead, T.
so I think that people fail to realize that marriage is a business. And
Yes.
eventually,
Mm-hmm.
and when he got married, he should have got a prenup. And she was not entitled to anything that he had before he got married. But what I helped do afterwards, the conversation I have, I get some of that. Now, is
You got to get some of it, Tanya.
is alimony really heavy weighted? I mean, do I really supposed to get 50% and all that type of stuff?
Hell no.
A lot of
No, let me describe it. This is from a woman that's been through it, so let me describe how
No,
it works.
I was next.
Oh, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
love it, dude.
You have to use the raise your hand feature.
Like, where's your
Tanya still got
hand?
more.
hold on a second. I have a friend that's going through a divorce now, and in this type of situation, she had her own house before she got married. They got married. She put his name on the house. During this time, his career built, and then he decided one day that he wasn't going to be married. But she had not worked the last 5 years because they had a child that she needed to raise.
Hi, Daryl. How
because
you
he was
doing?
never going to
Good
be
to
at home
see
to pursue
you.
his
What's
career,
going on,
right?
y'all? Hey, Asia.
Now,
You look so pretty.
Does she deserve
Thank you.
some
Hey,
money from him?
Charles, what's
Yes.
up? I love you guys so
They-
much.
I make an agreement, like Lori
I'll let
said,
y'all listen.
to stay at home and to give up my value, my potential earnings. Then we got. I go to marriage. But if I'm working and I'm eligible to work and I was working, that's to me that's a different story of how much alimony that you need, and that's just me.
But the court takes that into account, at least in the state of California. They take that into account.
As
Go
a
ahead,
woman
Jer.
that brings through it, they take all of that into
Into
consideration.
account.
You
Wow.
take your income and his income together, and they figure out who has the kids for the percentage of the time. So, for example, if 90% of the time, they also equate that into how much you get for the kids and the alimony.
Wow.
So there is a calculation in California where they figure out how much you should get based on how much you have to give, based on what you got together when you were married, based on how much money you made. Now Dre didn't have when he married her.
Mm-hmm.
Dre married her before he got into beats and sold it to Apple and bought all these houses. So why is it that
Right.
she's not entitled to it if you got all this? And I helped, and even though I
I'm
may
gonna
have
tell
been
you
at
why
home taking
she's
care of
not.
the kids.
Because when she got married, they said death do us part. She's leaving. He ain't leaving. She's leaving.
Yeah, she is leaving. I think that dude got to be a part of something.
That doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. I shouldn't have to put up with your abuse. If I want
But
to,
if I can
use infidelity, which I'm sure she can. Right.
Oh Lord.
I
Oh
don't think.
Lord.
I don't
That
think.
violates
Nah,
the
nah, nah.
contract.
Why does
Yes,
that?
it
Why does
does.
that matter? Why does that matter?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
because why do I have to stay with you in order to?
You know, 50% of
Order in the
women.
court. Order in the court.
See, that's what I would think. I think it would be infidelity and stuff like that, Lord. But that's not over 50% of why a lot of, and she fits in this category.
Right.
Do you know when women go through menopause,
Oh, wow.
Oh shit.
they straight?
No, I was gonna say that.
Why
I
should
don't.
that?
I don't
You know
agree
what?
with this.
You
I don't agree
don't
with
want
this.
to You don't want to hear that.
Oh my
But
Do what?
You know what? You know
god.
what?
you know what?
You know what?
I am so weak at the knees right now.
I can't win tonight, but y'all don't want to hear. But I'm gonna tell you something. Women go crazy and they be bugging out. You know what? Because they going through it.
You know
You
what?
try to
I
go
didn't say that.
Oh my god.
Man,
I'm gonna get it, Asia. Hold on. This nigga, he tripping.
Hormones.
stuff, y'all.
No, I'm cutting you off. I'm cutting you
And you
off.
know what's the funny thing about it? For
Chris
years,
having
we
it.
tried to save
I'm
our
cutting you.
We tried to
Okay,
save
wait a minute. We have to talk one time. So hold on, Chris.
It's going all the way up.
Finish your topic. Finish your topic, girl. Raise hand over here. Yeah,
I'm
okay.
trying to find my raised hand.
You see, they getting so rowdy over here, y'all. He said that when women go through menopause, they go crazy. And so he feels sorry for Dr. Dre in this situation. Hold on, y'all.
Okay, the first question, the main question. So, Miss Dre, why are you leaving? It better be an ass kicking reason why she's leaving, especially with a man in his status. Because if it's not, she's going,
feel you on that, man.
she's going to have to, get her back definitely. And that goes with,
I think that's fair.
Wait a minute. We gotta go to Chris next, because Chris has been and trying to make her point. So wrap it up, girl, so we can get to Chris.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we got Facebook.
Like what I told you earlier. Women goes through hormonal changes in the older years, within their 40s and 50s, and them 40s and 50s tough on a man.
Whoa.
Okay.
Man
Joe
don't go
said
through.
enough. Now we'll get to Chris.
I'm
Chris?
weak, guys. I can't take
You know, I'm always gonna have that type of thinking because
Hold on, Meg. Hold on, Asia.
we women, we've always been blamed for everything anyway. So if the values of a woman in the man in the first beginning, before they even got married, where it says, therefore shall a man leave his mother and leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. Cleave means you supposed to know your wife inside out. Why is she leaving him? She's leaving him for a reason that he did something. So she is entitled, and
He didn't know her
shouldn't even have
nothing.
a thing to say about it. He should be saying, okay, I'm going to do that. Okay, because you made that vow that when you left your mom and your daddy and you got married to me, you said you was going to do this, do this, do this. So he should have been happy to say, I'm going to pay for that. I'm going to pay that. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to do that. That's what's wrong with men nowadays today because they don't want to do nothing. They just want, I'm going to take what's mine. Not all of them. Some of them.
A lot of them want to walk away. Thank God I didn't have to go through that. But
Yikes.
there are a lot of them that want to walk away and walk away with everything. They want to pick up all that shit and go. And the bottom line is, if you leave your wife, or if you and your wife split up, I would say leave. If you guys divorce, your wife, your kids, and your wife is supposed to be living in the ghetto, and you're supposed to be living in a mansion.
Never.
Okay.
Not your baby
Come on
mama.
now.
Oh my God. But look, and then I'm next if I can.
Okay. Then after Tanya, we have Jackie. This is so lively here. Here we go. I like to say, Shelly, see what you started? Shelly started this little. I think what happens is that, what it's not menopause. can find, girl, you can find any article to support what you believe, right? When you look at the majority of it and you synthesize it, women develop and they come into their own in their late
When it's
30s
my
and
turn, I'm gonna
40s.
tell them.
And shit that they used to take before, they no longer take.
Yes.
It takes us a little longer. It don't have nothing to do with hormones. It has something to do with recognizing your self-worth and your value, who you are and what you want in life. And we're so busy raising kids, putting into our kids, putting into our husbands, that we don't pay attention to ourselves. And then one day, the fuck 'em 40 club.
Oh wow. Wow. The Fuck 'em 40 Club. Fuck 'em. Yikes.
The way I do business. And either you have a man that's mature enough to sit at the table with you and say, hey, this is, and we talked about this, girl. This is now who I am. And this is who I am. And this is who I want to be. And how can you meet me at the table?
At that table.
A man that's so pragmatic or dogmatic in his approach and doesn't want to listen because it's his word of highway. He doesn't appreciate the evolution. And then when she realizes that, she bones the hell out. And that's
Okay, but what about, what if, Tanya, and I agree with you right until you just said it, but what if I don't agree with her philosophy and don't agree?
You don't agree with her philosophy?
You don't
No,
agree?
I just don't agree with her, but what Tanya said is on point. That's what happens. They're going through change and they're not going to deal, and that's understandable. And then, but the communication don't always be there like that. I think it's other intangibles is why they get in there, but whatever. But if you do have a chance to sit down and talk about it, and if you don't agree as a man, it's not that you don't love her, and that you ain't still feel the same, and I do, and to death do us part. It's just that you don't agree with it. Like things like in our life right now, I told you, Tanya, and buying a house at this time, when it's not coming from you, it's coming from me. It's me buying the house. It's not you.
Uh-oh.
And I don't agree with that. But then you wouldn't say I don't love you because I won't buy a house. And then you get mad.
Okay.
Jackie's
We've got Facebook burning down the house tonight, guys. You know Meg is raw.
It's blowing up. Look at that.
Look, easy, and look, Asia Jones Hall tells us that talking about Dre's wife, that she should have been working on her own business and gather her own success instead of sitting back watching him make, his money. You don't know a person until you piss them off. Love don't love nobody, and it really, really don't. You know what I mean? And Meg goes on to say that just give me my half we made during the marriage, and I'm out, deuces, with a bottle of Crisco grease.
I have a question.
You like that one?
I have a question, Jackie.
Okay, Shelly has a question.
For the first person that said having your own business, I totally agree with that because after I was divorced, I went to school and I got my master's and certificates and all of that, and I still bettered myself. I even increased my income from what it was when we divorced.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it is a man, which I had during my marriage, what if it's a man that says, you know what, I don't want you to have to do all that because I want you to concentrate on taking care of our kids and raising our kids.
Right. Okay, Asia, did you hear that? I don't know if you're still with us, Asia, but
what do you do when someone tells you that?
They both need to be in the. I don't think one's more important than the other.
right.
What I'm saying is, for example, what if Dre was out making the money, which was more than enough for them, right? What if he said, I want you to stay home and take care and raise our children?
Yeah, I hear that.
Right, I can see that. I can see that.
Or going to daycare.
Right. Nobody wants the kids doing that if you don't have to.
Guys, we have a new member of our panel, Mr. Chico Brown is here. Hey, Chico.
Hey, Chico. Yay.
Can you hear us, Chico?
Phone on mute.
His phone on mute.
Yeah.
Chico in the house, everybody. Hey, Ronald.
We need Gerald to smile.
What did you say? Sandy, maybe he wouldn't allow her to do. That's true. Look. Meg was saying that maybe Dre did not allow her to create her own business. You see what I'm saying?
His microphone is on mute.
You're on mute, Chico.
What you say, Jackie?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I can hear you now. How you doing?
I'm good. I got a hell of a conversation going on.
Yes, we do.
I can tell you why she left Ray though, if you really want to know.
We really want to know.
Chico.
Chico Brown, everybody.
Ray wants the same shit she wants.
What's
What?
that?
Shut up. Don't even play. Laura, you get it?
That's why she left.
I get it. Okay.
I'm in the business. I know the Hollywood shit back.
You do know it all, Cheeks.
It'll find her. It'll come out.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Snizzle.
You know, I'm
I missed it. What did he say?
Shirley, girl, you about to die.
I'm
Chico
trying to figure out
said that
what.
Ray
I'm trying to
wants.
figure out why. He on the same shit she on.
You know what, Chico? You know what, Chico? That's a whole different ball game. You know what? As far as that goes, that's crazy. That throws a monkey wrench in everything I was saying.
Hey, it might come out one day, but that's what it is.
Okay, Chico. Wait a minute, Chico. Can you elaborate?
I'm weak.
He likes the same kind of shit.
What's the same kind of shit?
What did you say?
I'm fucking with y'all.
Well, you know that was a rumor for a long time.
What?
She might tell the story why she left. You know, she might come out and say why she really leaving her and what it really is.
See?
Okay, so Chico, I got a question for you.
Oh.
If that is the case, that they like the same thing, then should she get half of the money?
Me personally, I'm gonna speak on my behalf. If I marry a woman, of course she can have half of whatever because I feel like I'm gonna make more money anyway. If I'm
There you go. There you go. Say it again, Chico.
If we married, whatever money we made, she didn't have to make no money, but I ain't mind splitting it with her because I'm gonna still make some money as time go on. I'm not stuck to the money I made 20 or 30 years ago. So if I'm with my wife, if that's my wife, of course she can have half the money. I'm going on about my life with more money. I'm not tripping off the money I made with her. That's nothing. I'm gonna continue doing me and make more. Dre got an opportunity to make more money. She don't get none of the other money he made. So it don't make no sense like when people say that. He married her, so you married her, you stuck with that. So I'm coming from a point I ain't never been married. So I wouldn't know, but I would give half.
You on point, Chico. You on point. You on point.
And will you give alimony?
Yeah, I ain't tripping.
Okay.
If I love that woman that much to marry her, I gotta love her that much to take care of it, even when we're not together.
There you go.
That's right, Chico.
There you
I
go.
gotta make sure everybody's right. You can't
Real man.
be with that woman. You love that woman unconditionally. So just because you broke up, whatever the reasons may be, she's still part of your life. You know, that is in your life. It's like anything. You can't. When you buy a car, you gotta finish paying that car off, don't you?
Right.
Yeah. Something gotta happen.
You can't say I'm not doing this because I lost my job or whatever. You gotta still continue to take care of your business. You still gotta continue to pay that house and everything.
Yeah.
Nothing stops because you get divorced.
Right.
See, that's just Shirley.
Okay, we got a caller. Okay.
Woo-hoo.
Caller. Are you there, caller? Oh, they'll call back. Okay.
So that.
All right.
We lost the caller. I don't know, guys. We going up tonight. We on Facebook. We on YouTube. I'm loving y'all. Chico Brown.
Yeah, but you caught them in a room.
It wasn't no girl.
Look at Lori's face.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
I ain't gonna say I don't believe it because that was a rumor like years ago. Like I heard that before some years ago, but I was like, what? And
Hey, look,
yeah,
I'm telling you,
I
the
heard
Hollywood
before,
stuff is
so
a mess. It's really a mess. Like,
What is different?
it's really a mess. Like, on some real talk.
that's crazy, Tanya.
Can't that be like, Shelly, how, you fire somebody from HR and you be like, okay, this is our settlement and you sign papers and you cannot talk about anything.
Non-disclosure agreement.
Non-disclosure.
Non-disclosure and confidentiality agreement.
Right. Can he have some type of non-disclosure agreement when he gets married? He's like, okay, if I give you this money, this can never come out. And
That's what he did with Nicole.
Right.
did that.
Yes.
They did that with Nicole. Yeah, the book was
Still
already written.
might come out.
And
True.
see, after a while, you get tired of just living with that shit. I would. If you wanted the same thing I wanted, I don't care how much money you was giving me, what the houses, the purses, the cars, or whatever. It comes to a point where you be like, I'm tired of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how
Well,
much
I
you get.
have another question, people. This is a whole new ball game for me. So, did she know that he liked the same things that she liked?
Ben.
They got married.
Ben.
Wow,
This
Jay,
is not
this
the
is a
first time
lot.
I heard this.
She probably didn't know then it wasn't like that then. But you know, as shit go on in high
As
school,
time
shit
go
changes.
on.
I'm so disappointed. I'm
You
so
just
disappointed. I thought I had a thing.
You ain't got no chance, girl.
What'd you say, Chris?
Don't
Oh
put on the
no.
same team, Jelly. Wow.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
What do we got going on over here in Facebook, girl? Facebook is saying that Meg says that he's upset that the cootie is gone and that she's giving it to another man, probably thinking, screw her, fuck that B. But Sandra Smiley says, yeah, that he's a real man, but that's not the norm. So anyway, Daryl Barnes goes on to tell us that the problem he has with alimony is that she may use the money I give her to take care of another man, and I'm not having that. So I don't know. What y'all think?
That's the problem. You're not supposed to be worried about what she's gonna do. That's the problem.
That's
You
the
hear what
problem.
so said? Did you hear me? That's the problem. You worried about what she's gonna do with it.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's the problem.
But you know what happens is like you stay together with your kids a lot of times, and now that little girl is in college, maybe she just said, "I'm done."
Right.
Right.
Stay no
Right.
more.
Right.
My father did that. He waited until my younger sister was 18, and he was like, "I see you."
Do you
Yeah.
think? How do you feel about that, though? I mean, is that a good
Let me
way
ask
to
you
do
this.
things?
Let me ask you this. If you was with someone and you got both worked and everything was cool and they left you, you was trying to be helpful, you took the kids as a man, take care of the kids, getting your life together, she getting her life together. But now all of a sudden your dreams starting to fall into place. And now your dreams is coming together. She didn't ride with you. But she seen another path.
Mm-hmm.
She took her path. Now your dreams starting to come together and now you ripping it out the frame. You know, you know, you the guy where you was always trying to get to. You got money now.
Mm-hmm.
You think she entitled to get my money now?
But you're judging it. Right? You're judging her getting on your feelings. It has nothing to do with taking care of her and your kids.
I just asked the question, do you
Yes.
think she should get my money
Yes.
now?
Get your money. Yes.
Yes.
Take your money.
Even
Chris said
though
yes.
I got the kids,
Yes.
we left, and she's on her own doing her thing. We not, bothering each other.
Right.
And now we didn't get a divorce, but we both taking care of business. And now she coming after because I'm successful. That's fair, you think?
You know what?
Chris?
I can say this. I can say that. I can say that you should have handled your business and got the divorce because as you continue
No,
to have
she
money,
left. Why didn't she get the divorce?
well, whoever. But if you want to start making more money, you should.
Right. Wait a minute, that's a big thing, though, Tanya.
I know,
You got to think about that. She left me.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Tat. What I'm saying is what I said before, and I'm not gonna take it back. Marriage is a business, and when shit gets funky, you gotta do things in business order. If you continue to make and when the divorce, when the settlement is not finished, and that money's available, of course she's entitled to because you're still married. So like think about
I
it.
hate it. But that's why I asked her. That's why I asked her.
Right, like Chico said, he's gonna continue to make more money afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But that afterwards may be divorced. She's not entitled to that.
We're both going to make, and that was admirable about what Chico said. I'm different. That's all right. What I'm saying is, I'm making the money now. She left, and I think she should go ahead and get the divorce because she left. I asked, please, can you get the divorce? I don't want to deal with the stress, the aggravation, the whole thing. This is what you wanted. Can you please handle your business? Handle your business, please. Then you want it out, and then I'm just going along with try to make you happy. I got the kids, then get the divorce.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Whatever, it's not happening. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to just go on and do my thing. I'm not trying to asked for no child support. I don't want none of that because I can take care of my kids. I can do the right thing. Right. I just don't bother because of the mere fact I don't want to go back with the stress and the aggravation. I'm just moving on. But things is looking good. I am living in a little fear that she's going to come after me when things continue to be doing like it's doing. She's going to come after me, but you know what I mean? I just got that feeling. That's all. But I shouldn't live that. I'm trying to forget about and just do me. I'm trying to just do me and stay out of all that aggravation, all that. I'm just trying, and I'm hoping I do pray and wish she's happy or whatever she wanted in her life, she gets it. Right. But I have to focus on the children and what I'm doing. And I don't have the time to worry about what she's doing. I just don't have that time. Right. But, I just got a feeling that, because things is going good, I am a little nervous. I am a little thinking that she might come after me. It's like, because she's too quiet.
Hold on, Joe.
I know this is a crazy question, but here's a question. Why don't we typically as a people get divorced? Why don't we keep holding on so that people could come after you? Because in my mind, if we sever our relationship, if we really done, right, then what are we waiting for? Why does it matter who's filed? Or does it matter who's filed?
That's what Sandra was saying.
If we done, we've done.
Right.
Right.
Lord,
yes, Sandra.
That's what I said. That's what I mean. You left. I told. I just didn't think this is what I not signed up for. I love you, all that nonsense. I kind of like, man. She's mad. I don't know what she is because I haven't went back there. I'm afraid you really want to know. I'm afraid that she's going to still be disrespectful. So I just leave her alone.
I hear you, man. That's Tanya Michelle feeling, but I hear you, girl,
in a marriage
about that you don't agree to marriage. It is
so
the love.
I'm
it
just
should be.
Trying to figure out why wouldn't you file? I would file.
Sandra was saying, Lori, but why does it matter who gets the divorce? Why does it matter who files? Somebody needs to be the bigger person.
That's a good question. And I'm going to tell Lori a good question. People that care about me that I've had.
Hey, Greg, how you doing tonight? Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining the show. Wow.
She left. Don't even file for a divorce. Told me, don't even get involved with that. She ain't taking, you have the kids. She ain't taking no money from you. Ain't got no money. When I got divorced, my mentor told me, when I got divorced, he had to give up $20 million. See, you ain't got to go through that stress.
Wow.
You don't have to go through that. You don't have enough. So he said, let her do it. So therefore, when she filed, when they ask the question, everything will be smooth.
I have a question.
No,
hold on, Tab. You
really got a question.
I love you too, Meg.
Okay, Tab, I really
thank you and God bless you for your time. Thank you everybody for your time tonight. Hold on.
Like Lori said, but I'm telling you, I've been through a divorce, and I am friends with my ex-husband right now. He is married to somebody else, and he is a friend of mine. We are on good terms. But we did go through a period where we were married for 6 years and had not been together for that whole 6 years. Now, I'll be honest. I waited on him to do the divorce because he was a bigger breadwinner than I was.
Thank you, Jessica.
So
Like myself.
like yourself.
Okay.
But if you're the bigger breadwinner, Tap, this is my question to you. Like Lori said, why don't you go ahead and file for divorce? If you don't, could it be the possibility, and I would like you to think about this before you answer, could it be the possibility that you're still holding on to a little glimmer of hope that she'll come back and say she made a mistake?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Because you're looking
But
for that apology. You're looking for that apology.
But do you still think she's gonna
And
come
the
for you?
apology, no, I just want.
What'd she come?
I really don't know. I
He
just
doesn't
want
know.
to
You don't
continue
know.
being quiet. But I just know what kind of father, husband, everything I was. I was the man. I was the man in our relationship. And she showed me that for years, and then it just went south. But I still continued to be the man. Regardless of if it was going south, I still took care of business. I never thought about leaving her, and I still kept on taking care of business. When she left, it crushed me.
Hi,
I just
Shaniqua.
didn't
I
think she
love
would do
you.
that.
Thank you for
You're
coming.
holding on.
I'm holding on,
Right.
but it's like I'm cool. If she come back, I'm not gonna give her. If she was to come back, I'm not gonna give no answer. I'm just gonna continue just taking it out right now. See, Joe, you know, when you got on your own, when your husband left or you left, when you were on your own, I didn't realize the stress would leave like that. You gotta admit, the stress left when you was on your own.
Yes.
Yes, and is that all I know is I'm dealing with some good feelings now.
I love you guys
But
so much.
still,
Hey, Shaniqua.
I
I
still
love
truly
you
love
guys so much. Thank
so
you
I'm
so
just
much.
chilling.
So
I'm
much.
just
You warm
chilling.
my life.
You know, she thinks
Thank you
because
guys. I
I was
love
all
you.
up her behind all day, every day,
Be
that I was
quiet.
gonna be bugging over the that power you and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm not bugging over that. Yeah, I'm not tripping. I'm tripping what you did and
Right.
how you broke up our family. That's what I'm tripping on. She thought I was gonna.
I love y'all.
It's great stuff, but
Shaniqua,
she thought I was
Haitian
gonna be
Queen.
tripping on
I love
stuff like
y'all
that.
so
Nah,
much. There's no words.
I'm
I
tripping
love you from
that
the
our
bottom of my spirit.
family is together.
Of
I'm
all
mad.
that I am. I
Yes.
see it.
That's true,
I
your
see
man.
you, baby.
You know what,
God
Gerald? I
bless
got
you.
a quick question for
I'll be quiet.
Chico, and it's related to what we were talking about early with R. Kelly, right?
What? R. Kelly, y'all.
So, Chico, did you hear that R. Kelly had $1.2 million stashed away in an account to use for hush money for the women who were going to come and testify against him? Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that, but I know R. Kelly does have some money overseas and some accounts, some royalty money that he don't even know about. I personally know that to be a fact
What?
that he
That
has
R.
money.
Kelly don't know about?
Yep.
See, Chico is the man. I'd be telling y'all,
Wow, you
Chico
heard it,
Brown.
Chico.
Chico is the business. I don't even know why y'all be playing around.
He ain't broke his heart and shit.
But look,
So, Chico,
But
how
what?
can you?
hold on, let me give respect to Tap, because that was a lot to come out and say that he still loves his woman. Like, to be on here talking to you women, and for him to say that, he still has feelings. He still, everything he said was on point.
Yeah.
Like, the way he feel, like, that's much respect, that's much love, dog. To get on here and talk about, this is how I feel. Most men ain't gonna come up there and say that stuff. They gonna say the opposite. And
Right.
say, I don't give a damn about her, I'm moving on. But he got up on here and said the real. That's how he feel. That's much respect, dog.
I love you.
My
Thank
man.
you.
See, that's a little different. That's a little different than that other show we was doing, Jack.
That's a little different.
No,
Yeah, doggy. But we got
thank you, Chico. Thank you.
we got
Much
YouTube
respect.
live in the house, but Chap, I just want you to know that YouTube is live in the house, and they want us to say you hello. We got the Haitian Queen, and we've also got Shaniqua, so they want to say hello to you, Chap, and they caught us on that other show with the fabulous G. Lou, and so the ladies just wanted you to know that they're here for you tonight, and they love you, Chap, and that they feel for you. That's coming straight from the Haitian Queen, so just so you know
Oh,
that.
that's nice. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
That's very nice.
So the question to R. Kelly, you was talking about, he has hush money. R. Kelly is on some other kind of stuff. What he did was so out of range and just unhumanized. So I have no respect because some of the stuff, I can't. I don't respect nothing he did in life. Music was great, but we all know when he married Leah, but Leah was only 15 years old, so we know that to be fact.
Yeah.
So all the other stuff that people try to hide because you like his music, but he's a pedophile. That's what he is.
He is
So I would
definitely.
press him around my daughter. My daughter can't go to a concert with him, or even back in the day.
No.
You
No.
know, 10 years ago.
Chico, being in the entertainment industry, how do you think R. Kelly was able to continue this behavior with no repercussions? Why?
That's what they all do.
Yeah, that's real.
I
I'm
love
in that world, but I
Facebook
came from
and
a different,
YouTube. We
different
doing
part
it,
of
y'all. I
getting
love y'all
like
so much.
all my stuff that happened to me is because I was doing other things and not the way most people came into that business. And there's some strange stuff that goes on to make it to the top. And then like it's a lot of groupies being around. It's just that lifestyle. And women giving their stuff to R. Kelly at a young age. He like 13 years old. So he is what he is.
Right.
And I don't know how people can defend him because when he married Leah, you can't say, well, this didn't happen. She lied and said he was 15. Everybody knows she was.
She was a child. Right. Right. That's true.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
But Chico, how do you feel about the music? How do you feel about people who continue to listen to his music? You know what I mean? What you feel about that?
I mean, this is each his own. I don't listen to him, even though he had all the cuts in the world. But I really don't listen to it. Because just to know his mindset, like, just think if your daughter was around, he would have been perpetrating on your daughter, trying to get at your daughter that's 13 years old, at McDonald's,
I
picking
love
girls
you,
up,
Haitian
picking
Queen.
girls,
I love you
sending the
guys
dudes
so
and his
much.
brother and them to pick up girls that's 14 years old. That really happened. You can't justify facts. Like, that videos and all that stuff that's coming out, they can say edited and all that stuff. And then, I have friends that own that record label. Aaliyah was their niece. You know what I'm saying? Marrying them, that was his niece. So I had a personal relationship with them. And when they released that tape of him peeing on that girl, they did that. So they like pissed off. That situation happened 15 years ago.
Damn. Maggie Meg's in the house. Man,
That's
I know.
terrible.
I'm sorry, Haitian Queen. Let me try to get that sound up.
Well, Shelly, your section has gotten us so far.
I know, y'all. We didn't even.
We haven't even transitioned to our topic of women, power, and peace, right?
Right,
So
right.
when we think about women and we think about power. But what comes to mind for you, Tanya Michelle? You think about women and power.
The power of the P. Oh, I missed you. Okay.
The power of the P. That does come to mind.
The power
Yes,
of the
it does.
PUSS.
I don't know. I think of I think
on,
that
Megan
they
Meg.
truly don't have the power that men have,
Hold
and they
on.
never will.
Thank you, Megalicious.
Women will never
Hold
have
on,
the
let's
power
see.
that men have.
Hold on,
I
Haitian
think
Queen.
there's inequalities based on gender, and so do women really have power like they think they do? And I'm not sure that we do.
Chico, what do you think about that? Women, do we have the power?
You know what? Probably 20 years ago, I would say no, but in today's age, stuff that's going on today, and you can just look at. I don't want to use people like Oprah, but they have a lot of power. But just to think about
Oprah
people
does
like
have a lot of power.
a lot of power and make a lot of decisions. But just think, if Kamala, if she win vice president, you don't think that's a lot of power in one woman? For me, I really hate how people been talking about her because
Meg, we did a show on that.
she
The
was,
power of
the
the
PA and
PUSSY,
she put
part
people
1
in jail.
and part 2.
But I got some
I'm
shit
get
to
them
say
for
about
you.
that. Like, if you don't commit no crime, you wasn't going to jail.
Yeah,
So,
True.
Wait.
Look at
Wait.
Is that Dante?
Pause the sequence. Kamala Harris. I don't think
going to the power thing, I don't think just because
Shaniqua, I do too.
if
Ain't no
Kamala
need,
Campbell,
girl,
whatever
ain't
you
no,
want to
I
call her,
don't know,
becomes
Shaniqua.
the
Pray
first
for me.
female
We
vice
pray for
president,
each other.
I don't think that should be what we define as power. Because when Obama became president, we had that same idea of, oh, black people, it's this, it's this, it's this. But the reality is that in this country is we know what they think of us. We know what they want our position in this society to be. So just because someone becomes president or gets to that status, I don't think that means anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say maybe we should take the time to define power. To me, power means I have the independence to make decisions and no one can change them.
Wait a minute. So you don't think the president of the United States don't make his own decisions? Of course, he got legislations and stuff that guides his decision. But at that point in life, when you become the president of the United States, you make decisions every day.
I
Not
think
only
that
There's people that can stop. If he was to do everything he wanted to do, we'd be in real trouble.
no, that's anything in the world. A white man can't do anything he want to do in this country.
Right, but what I'm saying is power is independent. Independent. It means that nobody, Congress, you can't be vetoed. Whatever decision I make, I can make it, and I think it's really high.
Tanya, that's endless power.
Yeah, that's it.
That's we're not talking about endless power, right? Gerald, you had your hand up for a long time. What would you like to say?
YouTube popping tonight, Facebook on fire. Woo. I'm so
I'm
excited.
hoping
Zoom, we doing it,
because
y'all. I love y'all so much.
women were starting to get power in this world.
No question.
Women is getting the power. You guys are getting the power. And I don't have no problem with that. But you gotta really watch what you're doing with the power. When you get there, you gotta remember what I mean is, and I'm gonna be blunt. You guys are stepping on your black men.
Oh, wow.
What happened? We stepping on the what?
I don't agree with that.
I do.
Hold on.
I do.
What Chicky say?
Wait a minute. That's too hard.
I just need you to repeat that.
You're not stepping
Gerald
on.
said that black women
No,
and
wait a
power
minute.
are stepping on the black man.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Hold on. Not
The
stepping
degradation.
Not stepping on.
Degradation.
You're not.
There you go.
You're not respecting us the way you used to. Not stepping, because I know you still love us, but you know, with love you need respect. Guys, you're not respecting us the way our mothers respected our fathers and
Okay.
grandmothers.
Why did you say why that is?
Chris put her hand up.
And I still love y'all like no other. But you gotta be aware, guys. You gotta come back home.
Facebook, what's up, man? How y'all doing tonight?
But this is the problem that I have, Gerald.
Chat. I'm trying to
Honestly,
figure
and I'm
it
just
out,
gonna say this is the
y'all.
problem that I have when
With me.
decisions like that are made, because it's generalizing. You're generalizing.
Mm-hmm.
You're
All
saying
right.
every black
You're right.
woman, and you put a race on it, and we were just talking about women, period. So you automatically shift to the black woman, which is really unfair.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that
No, first I complimented first before I said that. And I told you how I feel about how they're moving up and how they're getting the power. I told you the good stuff first to let you know.
That makes
Did
it
I
better.
not? Did I
Anyway,
not?
Chris has got something to say.
Like Chico was saying, women are moving up, but Chico, I'm not convinced. And maybe I got the definition between endless power and power, and I can admit that, but I'm just not convinced that we have power in the way that we think about. We're moving up, we're doing stuff, but if we get out of line or something that doesn't go away to a political party, something like that, somebody's going to stop us. And that's just how I feel. I see it in the workforce. There's always somebody over you.
Bless you. God bless you.
But there's someone over you as a man.
Hi,
too.
ladies.
But Chris, go ahead and make your point.
Yeah,
Let Chris make her point.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chris.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so I look at power as not as worldly, because it's two different kind of powers. There's spiritual power, and then there's the power of the world that it ain't gonna last. So when I look at power as being a woman, not just because a black woman, being a black woman, a woman with power, it's a whole different story compared to, you know, Kamala Harris being vice president. That has nothing to do with power. That's the wrong type of power in that sense, because that's not power at all. Unless you have the right mindset of who you are in Christ, that's all the power right there, because it only boils down to one thing: God in you, the light in you. That's the power. We all have that power, but how you choose to use it is how it's going to be perceived from other people.
I see your point.
So how I choose to show my power is, I'm not gonna act a fool, but if I have to act a fool, I will.
Right.
I'm not gonna, like how Tap's going through his situation. You know, she has power over you right now because she's somewhere else and you still got hope. So she's using her power somewhere else.
Okay.
So you gotta wake up.
Well,
So
we
as
talk about 5 different
we,
kind of powers here.
different types of power.
there's a lot of different powers. There is a lot of different powers, but you have to realize when you go to God first, that power, you don't have to do nothing. Like you said, you're not doing nothing, but yet you are doing something because you said out of your mouth. Because words is power and fear, and there is no fear in God. So when you say fear or scared, that you already putting it out there. You have to watch what you say because your words have power. And us as women, the things that we say, we have to think about, what am I saying? Instead of speaking so fast, we have to think before we even start to say, because our words are power. Right. What we say, it will come to
fruition.
No matter if it's in the negative or the positive, it's going to happen because all words have power. If we were built on power, look at the word of God. It was the word. God, Jesus is the word. Cap, you thinking about the old law.
Chris, I'm gonna thank you, Chris. I'm gonna thank you for what you're saying, because you are so right, because the words you're talking about is why we're not together, because you can't take those words back. Those words mean a lot.
Your wedding vows,
you can't. Huh?
Talking about the wedding vows?
No, the words, period. When words I said that were uncalled for,
right.
and words, that, I'm saying now, I mean, everything I say, like Christian, she just thought that I just said that, and she said I gotta watch what. No, I just told her the truth, even though it don't make me look good. And like Chico said, most men, I'm trying to be honest here with you guys, straight up. I ain't scared no more. You know what? I made mistakes. I say things, stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to hide nothing. I'm a good dude. I got God in my life. And the word is, I'm not gonna put myself down no more. You know what I mean? I be putting myself down to lift people up. You know what? I'm gonna take my power back, Chris.
But you know what? Just going back to what Chico said. Chico said maybe we should define the power. I think there's multiple levels of power. I think that was
Look, I can tell you some power y'all have every night.
That's it. We need to do another Power of the P show.
When you say no at night in bed, that's a whole bunch of power.
That's another set of power.
That's another set of power.
And you can't define your power.
We're going to be doing another Power of the PUSSY.
You define your power.
Right.
So that power, that word can be used in so many different ways. So it's levels of this.
There are. True.
As a woman, you have power every day when you tell your kids he got to go to school. You using your power to force him to go to school, to do the right things. You using your power when your husband want to make love to you and you say no. What is that?
Yikes.
Power.
That's no.
That's yikes.
That's power. That man gonna sit down, lay in his bed, and go to sleep.
Like power P.
That's just saying no. I'm tired.
That ain't just saying no. That's so much power. That's so much power.
Isn't power, Chico, like a negotiation?
I think the one person on the panel is
if you go do W, then
right,
we can get it on later tonight. Just me saying no, that's not necessarily powerful, is it?
At this moment, this man who just worked all night, he come home, he want to be with his woman, but you don't feel like it right now. You just say, no, I'm not, no. So you using all your power right there.
Wow.
See, I don't think that that's power.
I don't think that's power.
What is it? When this man, what man you marry, this your heart.
That's just me saying no.
Wait a minute. Do you know that's in the
I'll
Bible?
take Daryl.
That's just me
You
saying
gotta
no.
the man.
Hold on.
What?
Wait.
I got something to say too, y'all, for real.
That was not in there. That's not in there.
Wait, did you say Bible?
That was not in there.
That a woman has.
Django, like you say.
Listen to me.
It basically says you can only withhold it for a certain amount of time, and it has to be in an agreement. That's what it
In
says.
terms of being able to hold the coot. Wow.
And what
Okay.
book is that in?
Galatians 5:23.
Okay.
What is it?
Hold on.
Dante, can you check that?
Dante said.
Disagree with me. It's in there. It says that there has
I'm gonna read it. That's all.
That's all. Dante, check that verse.
Okay, yeah, because Sandra says that biblically the word says her body is not hers and his body is not his. Yes, it is in the Bible, people.
Yes.
And Daryl Barnes says that the only portal into this world is through a woman's vagina. Women have always been in power. They just have to use it.
Dante, did you say niggalation?
What is it?
Y'all showing y'all asses tonight, I swear to God.
What you're doing is you're misinterpreting the Bible because it talks about that you only do that for
Oh my
a
God, Shanique.
so you guys won't be tempted. It
Shanique,
talks
well,
about you
preach,
do that.
sis, preach.
do it
I
in
ain't even gonna go down that
to
train
prevent
yet, right?
temptation.
Oh
It's
my
in the
God,
Bible.
girl.
No, I'm just saying how you can use it. I'm just stressing some stuff that I think you say. That's just my
Maybe your
story.
woman was using a power move on you, but maybe all women are not using a power move. Sometimes women are tired, and
They really tired.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Always tired.
I mean, I'm just saying, and when you talk about power, it was an example of that much power that you have.
Wow.
I understand, Chico, because there are some women who believe that whenever their husband wants it and asks for it or goes for it, you have to. So I understand where you're coming from because there are some women that truly believe that.
I believe it.
So that was
But then wouldn't that make them powerless?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. He says there's power when she says no, right? That's the opposite.
Okay.
So there are some women who think that they don't have any power to say no, that they can't say no to their husband. So what Chico is saying, when she uses her power to say no, you ain't getting none.
Because look, there's many
My
times
God.
you go to the store and she might want some shoes or something. She might want some shoes and you don't get the shoes and she like, all right, watch what happens tonight.
Yeah.
See,
Selfishness.
I agree. That is
That ain't power. That's selfishness.
That is power. Did you end up
Because you need them red bottoms. You be needing them red bottoms. Straight up.
The red bottom and the purse. And the purse.
I told you, Shelly. I already know how you roll, dog. Okay, look. Seriously, y'all. It is in 1 Corinthians chapter 7,
7:4.
verse 4. Amen. Amen.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 4.
1 Corinthians. That's from Sandra.
Let me get my electronic Bible.
I was in a whole
Oh
different book.
my God. Jesse says that I only wish that we
I'm
know.
gonna read it to you right now.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I'm gonna read it to you right now.
Read it to us.
I'm gonna read it to
Read it to us.
Go ahead, Chris. Read it to us, girl.
1 Corinthians 7:4. The wife hath not power over her own body, but the husband. And likewise also the husband hath not power of his own body, but the wife.
Okay.
Lori.
Listen, wait. Defraud ye not one to another, except it be with consent.
That's what I said.
For a time that ye may give yourselves fasting and praying, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. That
Ain't
means
that what
that
I said? Ain't that what I said?
that's exactly
That's
what
what
you
you said.
said.
That's exactly what you
Read
said.
5
That's
also.
exactly what you said. Yes.
Chris, did you go into
Read which one?
verse 5 as well?
Yeah, that was 5. Defraud
4 and
ye
5.
not one the other, except it be for with consent for a time, that ye
Well,
may
it has
give
to be with
yourselves.
consent for a time. Okay.
Yes, that's what
Okay.
that is.
Verse 6.
Okay, so they both have the power.
Hey,
They both
listen,
have
then
the
So
power.
and then
you
look,
see, so she,
and 6 says, but I speak this by permission and not of commandment.
That's right.
so you're not being
What
forced.
I'm telling you, it's all facts.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
Chico.
Wow.
is that the men, we're always acting like women say no. Men say no.
I
That's
do
a
say
fact.
no. I do say
That's a
no.
fact.
You
Men
say no, Dante. Say
I'll be
say
fine.
no. Both can say no.
Okay, you say no.
Sometimes, you
Oh
know,
my
I
God,
don't
hey,
feel like doing
Monique.
nothing. You can do something, but I
Wow.
don't feel like doing nothing.
Wow. You a young buck too. Okay.
Shelly,
No, that
shut it
farmer has
up
got- that
right
farmer has
now.
got women houses, boats,
Don't start.
airplanes, and everything. That power.
Can I say,
I agree with that, Chico.
can I say
It has.
something?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Am I telling the truth?
Jennifer,
No, Gerald, you can't say nothing. No, Gerald. No. You cannot say anything else, Gerald. We don't want to know what you got to say.
Oh Lord, I love y'all.
Genesis 3:16.
That's
Genesis.
the Old Testament.
You know he
Yep.
loves
I
that.
told you, I told you he was living under the old law.
Look. But check this out, y'all.
You can tell he's living under the old law.
Okay,
But Gerald.
What it say?
If you don't want to hear it, I won't say it.
We'll
I
say
just
it.
want to.
What say, Gerald?
In the woman, he said, I will surely multiply your pain and childbearing. In pain, you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you.
Nah, but see, that's the old law. That's the old
That's the
law.
old law.
Old law.
Yes,
Old law.
but
He is the old law.
And that's the old. That's the old.
What
Okay.
that's related to is Eve's disobedience about
Yeah.
the apple.
They
And
was in
God
trouble.
said
I guess you guys changed the Bible.
Nah.
No,
Here's what
but
happened.
look.
Tanya was saying it. Tanya was saying it exactly. They was in trouble. Eve
They
didn't
were in
listen.
trouble.
Adam didn't listen either, and that was her punishment. She was gonna have pain during childbirth,
They do childbirth.
and then they
I'm
was
still
gonna have
pissed at her
and
for
they
that
was not
bullshit.
gonna have good communication, right? That was a part of it too.
and he would have dominion over you because he is the head and in the likeness of God.
That was the punishment.
But
That's a whole nother topic talking about is the man the head? You know, that comes with a certain personality and authority and
A Godhead.
but
Man,
look,
that's right.
Sandra says
I have a question. Isn't all of this irrelevant? Isn't it supposed to be that it's supposed to be for reproductive reproduction of life? I mean, if we really want to get that deep,
Shelly, you
Is it-
have
is
to
sex really
pray and ask God to anoint you to please your spouse. Love making is spiritual.
oh, okay,
That's from Sandra.
okay, okay.
the marriage bed is undefiled. That they didn't say nothing about kids. They say anything you do in your marriage is okay unto God.
Oh, here you might want to hear this one. Likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showering honor to women as the vessel, since
Oh Lord.
they are heirs with you in
We
the
have
grace
a
of
Wait,
life.
you gotta look at the beginning part of it. You gotta look at the
Yeah,
beginning part of it.
Listen,
I think the verses before
Jesus died. Jesus went to the cross and gave his life. All that pain.
Catholics like people that go to church
you know what?
he interprets
This
the
can go on all night. You guys are
I love
What
it.
is happening here, people? What?
I don't even know.
you guys
We have
are.
a church, Lori. We have a church.
It's right there. You know what I mean?
Tap.
Don't think the men is. Don't think we
Oh
sleep.
my gosh.
Don't think the men are sleeping. We know what you guys are going away from. You're going away from what you really believe. You're going away
Okay.
No.
Cap,
Nah.
we understand your perspective. Chico,
Yes.
my question, not
supporting men and turning away from them. Do you agree with that statement?
No, I mean, in some situations, but not in my situation. My friend supports me 100%. And the power that she just gave me, like, dinner be ready at 8:30. You have to get off that Zoom call and come home. So that's the power.
Exactly. Like if you want to eat.
Dante, what is your opinion?
What's the question again?
The question is, do you believe women are exercising power and using it against men?
I think in my situations as a part of the younger crowd, women definitely are a lot more aware of the power they have. And I don't want to say they're using it against men, but I will say that they're using it for themselves rather than for men. And I think that women have used a lot of things for men in the past, and it's not that way with my generation.
Okay.
You say it's not that way with your generation?
Nah.
I think y'all keep generalizing. I think anybody who feels like they have control over somebody, whether it's a man or a woman, will use what they got to use to get what they want to get.
Most
It
definitely.
has nothing to do with men and women.
Ladies,
It's a people thing. It's a people thing.
Y'all
Ladies,
keep
in
putting
a
this on
nutshell,
men
in
do
a
the same
nutshell,
thing. You don't think men got sugar mamas? You don't think men do the same?
Yeah, Dante.
I'm so sick of making women the problem. Women ain't the problem.
Exactly. I told you we've been blamed all this
no,
time.
No problems
We
with
always
sugar
been
mamas
blamed on the
at
women.
all.
Shut up, Dante.
Even
you know what? You're
even
not the problem. You're not the problem.
even Adam
It's
tried to even Adam blamed us. Well, if it wouldn't have been for that woman he gave me, we wouldn't be in this predicament. So women, they've been blaming women all the time. Women don't take their power and use it. I don't believe women take their power and use it against men. Men are our power because they're supposed to be our strength.
Ooh.
They don't know. The wisdom, if you looked at wisdom in the Bible, wisdom is a her. So that means she has the wisdom because wisdom is my sister. That's what it says in the Bible. So if it's a she, then you need to start asking for wisdom to guide you in what you're supposed to know as a man. If you in Christ, you automatically gonna know because the Holy Spirit gonna lead you right to the right one. That connection between you and you when you give it all to God. When you're thinking on your own and you doing it your own self, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people running wild because we out here having babies that you probably shouldn't have had the baby, but everybody got to get here some kind of way. That's why you ain't supposed to be judging nobody because there's a lot of us that's still waiting to come.
I got a question.
All right, Dante.
What if you are being led spiritually led to the individual you were supposed to be with, but other individuals keep entering the space? Why is the Holy Spirit, why is my walk being interrupted and you being pulled along
That's
this
the
way
devil.
that way?
That's the devil.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And it ain't time.
They be in church too.
That's Satan.
And it ain't time.
Satan go to church.
Oh my God.
And it ain't time. If
That's
stuff
the
is getting in the way, it ain't
You ain't
time.
supposed to let him
That
in.
means
You ain't
gotta
supposed to let him in. It's gonna be
Shelly,
you.
ignorant. I can't with you.
Oh
I
my
cannot.
God.
But maybe they're just choosing the wrong women. You know what I'm saying? That's what Sandra's telling us from Facebook. Sometimes. I don't know, guys.
I don't know. You know what, Dante? I think it's hard. I don't see a lot in your generation of like total commitment. Do you feel there's total commitment amongst your generation?
I can't say I won't generalize and say that the whole generation there is no commitment, but it's definitely not that high school sweetheart. There's not a lot of that at all. It's like you having your fun, you sowing your seed. That's what I was told when I was a kid by the older people is sow your seed, and I feel like the women got that same idea too, or that same game too, to where they're doing the same thing. So it's not really not a lot of commitment, but there definitely is still some.
That's
Just not at an early age.
Babies raising babies because now everybody's so young having children. So babies raising babies, they don't. What do they know? They don't really know too much.
Shaniqua.
I agree, Chris. Chris, because there's so many. What shocks me about the new generation is they're okay.
they're okay having several children by them, but don't want to marry them. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I think it's because,
I
like
don't
we
understand
spoke about it earlier, that marriage is a business, and I think, like we're talking about my generation, we're in the age of information. So if you recognize all these things about the business of marriage, and you don't want to commit to that, or you don't want to, say those vows where you're talking about submitting to a man, where it's talking about your position, just because of how language has been used against you and how we understand language as millennials, then yeah, marriage is not, something we see as ideal. I see it as ideal, and I know some partners that I've had see it as ideal, but I think the overall makeup of us, it's the business that we don't care to involve ourselves in, and we realize that we don't have to get the things that we want.
it's less of it's hard for me to understand that it's less of a commitment to have children, but more of a commitment to be married to somebody. So I want to have kids with you, but I don't want to marry you.
Yeah,
I don't
rock
I
with
can't
that.
comprehend that, but that's just me.
Wow.
I'm old.
Yeah,
I'm old
I don't get that either.
I'm old
It would
fashioned.
seem to me it would be more difficult to have a kid with you, wouldn't it?
Right.
Well,
That's
well,
what
I
I
think,
would that's the way I view
Because
it.
now you got
Lori.
this life
well, I think that,
Now you got
like,
a life that I have to negotiate with.
responsible for.
well, let's use it like
Monique.
this. Like, there's some prominent women that have recently had babies and are just co-parenting. Like Kaylani, she's a huge pop star. A lot of girls, younger women, look up to her in, like, in a wisdom type of way. So if they see that she can, be about her business, get her money, her baby daddy still be okay with her dating YG or this, that, and whatever, but they see that she herself is still, getting the things that she desires, then that's their example. Like, I can have a baby with this dude and still get what I want to get out of life, because I can do what I don't need the man to get me to what I want. And I think back in the day that was necessary. You had to stay in a relationship as a woman to get whatever out of life. You didn't have access to jobs. You didn't have access to education, this, that, and the other, higher education, just opportunities and access. But today, there aren't that many barriers. So when we talk about women having power, like, they have power to get the same amount of money that a man's getting. It might be harder, but they have a different kind of access than it was back in the day.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
But Dante, don't you
what
think
about
that's selfish?
Oh,
Because
for
I never
sure.
once, well, no, I never once
know.
heard you talk about the child.
right.
So
Right.
it's me. It's what's
So,
good for me.
so,
What about your child?
What about the
Your
baby?
baby? What's good
so,
for the baby?
so I think
Where's Dante's picture at?
Oh,
I
you
got
ready
no
to see
picture.
Dante?
I was in FaceTime. I was in Zoom ready today.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
all right.
Less of a
But
Hold on,
but I
commitment.
Sandra and Meg.
It's less of a commitment to have
Monique.
multiple babies with someone than to marry them. To me, I don't understand why I'm okay having 3 or 4 kids with this person, but I don't want to marry him. That seems so strange to
I
me.
know.
But I could be
feel
old fashioned. Maybe that's just me. To me, I don't understand how that's less than of a commitment to have babies than to be married to somebody. I don't understand that.
That's very true.
Wait in a
Shelley.
few years. Wait in a few years when you see how it's. But see, that's how the way the world works. You wait
Definitely.
until a few years from now, that
You're
person
right,
that had all them
Shaniqua.
babies. Watch how she gonna be married and be trying to have her
Shaniqua was
husband and
saying that just
taking
because
care of
you're
their little
married doesn't
family
mean
and all
you're
that.
happy.
Because right now, she in the limelight. She's trying to make a statement, or trying to be like, oh la 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 la. But you wait in a few years when she get married, it's gonna be a total different story. Then you ask her that question again.
It's
Why did you have these
degrading
babies
to
back
me.
then?
I could be wrong, but it's
You don't
degrading.
know no better.
You want to have 3 or 4 kids with me, but you don't want to marry me. That's degrading to me. I don't
Right.
know. That's just my opinion. I don't understand that. Like you
Well,
can't
it
commit
sounds
to
to
me.
me though, Shell, it sounds like what Tanya had said earlier. Maybe the new thinking is that marriage is a business for them,
No,
and
but
it's a
look at
business arrangement that they don't want to make. They don't want to go into
That's my
business
point.
with that person.
But
But you
Shelley,
want to have kids with me.
what do you say to people who say that marriage is not a business? Sandra says that you should be able to look at a marriage and see God in it. If you're not willing to
Yes,
make him
that's
the
my
center,
point.
then a person needs to stay single. And Monique says that that is the key because people do not seek God
I
for their
agree. I
mates.
agree.
You know what? I'm going to raise my hand,
Uh oh.
and I really think that
Thank
you
you.
do need God in your marriage, and I think it should be the center of your marriage. But people come with individual baggage to a marriage that unless you submit to God, you can't heal those things. So
Yeah.
God is one thing, but compatibility is something else. And
Unequally yoked.
Yeah, Tanya, but my
Mm.
point is,
faith without works means nothing. So yeah, we can believe in God and this, that, and other, but marriage is work.
Right, it
well, but that's the
is.
point.
Marriage
That's
is
my
work.
point, Tanya. That's my point. Marriage is work. We have what I'm saying is our new generation doesn't want to put in the work, but they want to have a kid.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I feel that 100%.
They want to have the kids with this person.
I think,
They don't
okay,
want to put
can
in
I
the
say
work
this?
to marry the person.
Can I say this?
And go.
I think that our examples, because, and you know, we talked about this in like your previous shows, you know, that you see those cousins in the family do
Yes,
certain
it
things
is.
with these cousins in the family, and then you see that it's silenced, and you see that that's a part of marriage, or you see that, you know, this person was hit and that person was hit, but they still go through the marriage. So if you have all of these examples of problematic marriages or just problematic things in families, and you recognize that it's all tied into marriage as to why these things are silenced or why these things are, you know, just nothing happens, it's just normalized, then you're like, forget marriage. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to put myself in that situation if that
But
was.
you want to have kids with that person.
Yeah.
You don't. But
See.
that's to me that's crazy. You
I
don't
think-
want to put yourself in a marriage situation because you don't want to go through those things with that person, but you still want to have kids with a crazy
Kids.
person.
Right, well,
don't make
that's
no
true.
See, and I think that's the thing is people can, without the tag of a marriage, you know, you can get custody of kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can get your kids aren't a business in the way marriage are. Your kid is an investment, basically. It's like property, we could say, if we're gonna talk about it in legal terms. And you can get full rights to your property away from that person if you do the work, if you have the money, and it's very easy to do that. But in marriage, you know, now we have to go through. I'm tied to you for X amount of years,
what
for
I'm talking
X amount.
Right.
Of
When you
Right.
have a
But see,
child, Dante, you are forever tied
with this
to that other
person.
person.
That's my point.
Oh
Because
no,
you
100%.
What you
have
think,
to
Shaniqua?
maintain the
Hey, Diane.
investment.
Right.
You have to
How you
think
guys
about it
doing?
or
Hey,
look at
Monique,
it through
Meg
the
is
lens
going
of that
wild, guys.
child.
YouTube,
And I don't think
Facebook,
that
Zoom.
my generation
God is awesome.
necessarily.
That's my point.
Amen.
They
I
don't
think-
do that.
I don't think they look at that big picture of everything
Peace,
of like
love,
what's
and
best for the
generations.
child
It's
to be in a
crazy here
two-parent
tonight.
household.
They don't
I
care
think
if
it's
the person's
just
crazy. They
yeah.
just have babies by it, but don't marry them. They don't care.
But I mean, you know, like we were raised in, like I was raised in a single parent home, so like it's just you know what you can do, and if you have all of these examples of broken families, and you know, in our communities, we just see it all the time. There isn't a lot, and I'm not speaking to the men in this panel. I see y'all holding it down, but there
Yes.
is a lot of men that aren't present in their kids' lives, and there is a lot of women, you know, that grew up without their fathers or grew up with problems. Just experience the things that we see, I feel like it just shapes you into this person to where I can hold it down on myself. And I don't think that that's right. I definitely think that, you know, you should have both of your parents in your lives, but I just think that, you know, we've seen so much of it to where a lot of people in my generation just don't want to do that.
Just
They don't want to be
deal
married.
with it.
They don't want to
even
get married, but
be
they want to have babies.
They don't want the work.
But
They don't want the work.
They don't want to work at it. They don't want to
It
do
is-
all the work that it takes.
I
That's
have
Tanya.
I have to see Dante's picture. I don't think that's the same guy that we've been having the last.
No, it's
No,
Dante.
no.
Not Rashid.
That's
It's
a
not,
different
girl.
Yeah, he's a different guy.
Because I don't know
We
this
gotta-
guy that's talking. He's a whole different.
Yeah, he's a
But
different
Dante,
guy.
I'm
Tab
talking
is being
about.
wild
Is
about our
that you,
new
brother?
engineer with Dante's
It's
always
good to
used
meet
to
you,
with me.
man.
We had
Damn.
Rashid
Nice to
before,
meet you.
and now we're back with the
Good.
original
Appreciate
engineer
you.
from the
Thank you.
studio,
Oh,
Dante.
my man. Keep talking, brother.
But what do you say about the couple that decided that marriage doesn't define them? And that they What do you say about that couple?
Whatever they choose to agree to, I think that's fine. If they're both happy with that, that's fine. Because they're both in agreement of that. How could
Right.
we? But I just feel like I'm gonna have kids. I don't love you enough to marry you, but I just want to have kids with you. I don't understand. I can't comprehend.
Right. Because you're still going to be in a long-term relationship with this person because the responsibilities of these
I don't
children
want to get
are
married
lifetime.
because it's work. It's work, like you said. It's a work. It's an agreement. It's
No,
a relationship.
That's it.
It's a business. I don't want to get in a business, but I want to have
You
kids.
know
with
what? I think the generation before us did a very good job of
Yes,
portraying
Sandra.
marriage.
You're so
And we didn't, and my uncle that grew up, we didn't see a lot of problems. We didn't see stuff that looks at marriage and they say, I want to be just like them, right?
Right.
But with social media, communication, independence, liberation, and all this stuff that's coming out, this generation of marriage that we're in at our age is way different than it was before. So our kids are seeing we share more stuff about our marriage. They see more stuff about marriage,
Right.
and so they make time that that's not something that they want to do. They have no value of it. You know,
Right.
some we as mothers or parents, we look like fools for still being together in our children's eyes, or we look different in our children's eyes. And they would tolerate a lot of stuff that we would tolerate, so they say.
True. Right.
They
Yeah.
say.
Well. Yeah.
But
That's
that's
true.
why I think you shouldn't bring kids into grown folks' business.
Well,
I don't think they should know.
But I
But
think
look,
that
check
your
this out,
kids.
ladies. What about this? But Sandra was saying that people are so quick to jump into bed before they get to know someone.
Right.
You
point.
form
My point.
relationships on your feet, not on your back. Some people go to
Right.
bed with the person before they even know that person's middle name.
Exactly.
A real relationship has to be formed before a good marriage can even happen. Women need to value
Exactly.
themselves more and stop
That's
just
my
pushing
point.
out these babies for
That's
these
true.
people who don't want to
But they have the
work.
babies first and then figure out the person. That's the problem. They have the babies first, and then they figure out the person, and then figure out, oh, I don't want to be married to this person. But now you've got these kids or a kid that you created, that you made with a person that you didn't even know yet.
But that's what I was saying. Marriage, you know, somebody mentioned the spirituality. Equally yoked, God is one portion of that. You
Yes,
got to
ma'am.
look at a whole bunch of other stuff that you equally yoked with finances, you know,
Thank you
education,
so much, Sandra.
religion,
Thank you,
you know, how you
Shaniqua.
want to raise
Thank
a
you,
kid, how
Diane
you think your
Hefflet,
marriage,
everybody
how
here
often
on
you want to
Facebook.
have
I
sex. Do
appreciate
you
you
have sex?
guys.
I like it 5
Appreciate
times.
you
Do you
guys
like
and
it
your
1 time a
time.
week?
Exactly.
God
All
bless you,
it,
Shaniqua, for
you
real.
got to think about.
All
You know,
day.
do you wash the dishes? Do I wash the dishes? Who washed the clothes? Do you cook? Do I cook?
But my point, Tanya, is you figure that out before you start having kids.
That's right.
Love you,
I
Mama.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
You should, but lust takes over.
Yeah.
Lust
Or
takes
lust,
those pheromones, Tanya Michelle.
or the P, the power of the P.
The
dude.
power of the P. Chico said it's the P. P.
The power of the P.
Power of the D. The power of the D. Don't
Power,
forget
power of the
Yeah, I think for girls getting pregnant, it be that power because they be tripping.
They be tripping.
They be tripping.
power of the D.
What'd you say, Tanya Michelle?
You mean the power of the D, Dante?
Of the
Yeah, I
D.
feel like that's what women just get there. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Can't no one else have it, so they just pop one out real quick.
See, like in our day, well, my day, I was afraid to be pregnant by somebody and not be married.
And that, oh
I
yeah.
don't think women don't have that fear these days. They don't care.
No.
Cause you
They
can
don't-
post a baby on IG. You get a nice little
They don't
selfie.
care.
What you-
When you look on social media, rappers and people, or I won't say rappers, people are having babies with people that aren't married.
Right.
They don't care about that. To me, you need to know that person before you start having kids with them, because they could be crazy as hell.
Wow.
I have a different take to that because I had a baby before I was married, but it wasn't my intention. But I wasn't going to get an abortion. So I don't know if that's a good statement, Shelley.
No, what I'm saying is, I don't think our kids today are in fear of that. That's different than you, Tanya. Tanya, you had a relationship with your husband. Whether you were married to him or not, you had a relationship with him and you had a baby. There are people that just get together and have babies and know they don't want to be with that person. They know.
You know better.
Kaylani's relationship, and she's like a really popular R&B artist. She was kind of just bouncing around. She kind of got in this big, huge thing with Party Next Door. She got with Kyrie Irving, and then she was like, "I'm done with dudes. I'm not gonna be with dudes." Meets this dude. He's kind of like queer openly, and they're like, "We gonna have a baby." So they had a baby. Relationship kind of falls apart. She goes to YG. Relationship kind of falls apart. So it's just this thing of I could have this baby for myself, not for.
That's what I'm talking. That's selfish.
But what about
Yeah,
a one night?
that's-
Shanika would say that some people are having one night stand babies. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Just you having babies from a one night stand. What y'all think about that?
I love
Thanks, Shaniqua.
But you know that you're taking that chance when you have that one night stand. That's my point. You're behaving in a way knowing that you may not even possibly be with that person. What I'm saying is, I think in the old days, people were thinking of being with the person that whether it turned out that way or not,
I think these days it doesn't matter whether I'm going to be with this person or not. If I get pregnant, fuck it.
This is
That's
I
right.
love, I love, the, I love these conversations. I believe that, just hearing you guys, I know I get along. I'm 58 years old, and I assume that you ladies are somewhere near my age.
Shaniqua, you already done
And
put the damn laughing up,
my
girl. You
wife was
already
16
know. You
years
already
younger than
know,
me.
girl. Let's see.
I really believe if
I
I was
love y'all. Thank you so much.
with someone older, near my, like yourselves, near my age, that our marriage would have probably lasted longer. Listening to your conversation and the way you speak and enjoying the communication together, I really see that, it's more compatible to what I think than compared to how me and my wife used to speak about the babies and, having babies and, just living, and she was in a different generation.
Meg over here laughing too, Meg. Meg over
You
here
guys
laughing at
are,
Facebook.
you're older. You're like coming from where I'm coming from.
Shanique was the business. I love
I'm
you.
hearing y'all, and that's why another reason why I say I accept the way it's getting better and better. But when you have babies and get married, you don't think about all this. I was forced to think about all this. You guys are bringing a lot of things to light with me, whereas though well, maybe I should have married somebody more my age.
Ah.
How about that?
What's the
How about
age
that?
gap, Drew? What was the age
I'm,
differentiation
I'm,
between you?
I'm, I'm saying I don't know how old y'all are, but I'm
3.
assuming y'all are.
They got 3
I'm
kids,
assuming
Shaniqua.
you're not
That's part
42.
tap. I know. I think they're 16
Yeah, but this
years.
is the
So
thing. This is the thing, Jordan.
Hey,
You just bring all these things up in my head. Age is a number, and R. Kelly was really on when he said that. We take age and we define maturity, and it don't have nothing to do with it. So
Shaniqua, you
I
got
agree with
two
that too.
boys, 2 boys and a daughter.
I said
The daughter's the oldest, and then 2 younger,
you could have
like
married
teenagers.
somebody older and
Yeah.
went through
What's
the
up,
same
Terrell?
thing.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah,
And
nah,
I
I
mean,
don't.
I would have been
Yes, it's
63. I don't know. I don't
I
know. I don't think
definitely,
so.
I definitely see what Tap's saying because honestly, I think I'm gonna be with an older woman. The younger women don't have the
Uh-oh,
same
Shelly.
level of maturity that you're at when you're looking for a partner. At least I feel like like if I'm looking for a woman that's 21, 22, when I'm pushing up towards 30, then I don't think she's gonna be at the same level of thinking that I'm gonna be.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. I lost audio on Tanya. Lord, I don't hear you guys. Uh-oh. Let's see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. I don't hear them. Age is just a number. Uh-oh. I can't hear them. I'm not on mute. Can you hear me, Lori? Oh shit. We just straight up lost audio. I know. I'm finna hold on. Hold on, you guys.
For women.
Okay, here we go.
And I've heard some mixed opinions about
Thank you,
Kamala and
Shaniqua.
her
Uh-oh.
nomination and how people feel about supporting her because of her record as a prosecutor.
Okay.
So, what do you guys think about that?
I don't like her.
I'm not a big fan of Kamala Harris.
Kamala
You are
Harris.
not. You want to tell us why, Chris?
Well, way back when she was DA and just people that I know that I know if you do a crime you go to jail, but just how the blacks were being like treated was under her watch
Yeah.
at that time. And I know people that endured some things that didn't do nothing, but because of her system at the time,
Oakland, thank you.
they got, you know, basically bamboozled, and the whole attorney and they all was working together. So under her watch, when I seen those type of things happening, I was like, you know what? Mm-mm.
But I have a
But
question,
hold on.
Chris. I have a question, Chris. If that, and maybe this may be the HR side of me, but if that is your job description and that is how you get paid and that's what you're getting paid to do, to prosecute people who break the law, isn't she doing her job?
She is.
Yep.
She is
Just
exactly
like
doing
when
her job.
she's in the White House, she might
Can I say this?
prosecute Donald Trump.
No,
Right.
she's
She
not
might
going to do that.
prosecute
That's not
him.
going to happen. Can I say this to that?
That
Because
that
her job and her duty was to,
we can.
the system of that crime bill, that was her duty to imprison all those people, is exactly why I don't see her as a vice president, a female vice president, first black female vice president that is going to do anything for me. Her history, her crime record, everything she has done shows that anything that she's going to do, if she earns that position, if she is elected, if Joe Biden wins, if that, nothing is going to be done for me or my community. So I don't see why I need to be enthused, excited, or even have any type of interest in her getting that nomination. You
But
know
what
what
do
I
you?
mean? I don't. But what was the question?
No.
And she went to Howard. She went to Howard.
She
She
did not
has
write
good
the laws. But she didn't write the laws, you guys. And it says that,
She didn't
we
write the
cannot
law.
have a second
That's my point.
term with Trump. So does it even matter? We have to do it. We have to do it.
I really
Thank you,
really
Monique.
don't think it. I think
I agree.
what sucks is because like I said, I'm the younger dude, and I've lived through all of this like mess of presidencies and election cycles, and just to see this pendulum swing at the same place again, are we really going to? Is this like the reality that you do as an adult? As you go every 4 years, you have to vote for the lesser of two
Of two
evils,
evils,
and
Yes.
like why is that something that I need to care about? Like, why is that something that I should have?
Because if you don't, Dante,
If we don't.
a no vote, President Obama said this.
What did
When,
President Obama do for me? Why am I
Right.
listening to President Obama? What are these individuals who are
He got
telling me
you
to do
health
something?
care
Wow.
under the
Well, at
age
least
of
that.
26, under your
got
parents.
you health
He
care
signed
Under
the
your
paper.
parents, under the age of 26.
to 26 years old.
Yes.
He gave you no pre-existing conditions.
That helped
Yes,
me.
on
Praise
health
God.
Person who has been to
He
the
gave
hospital,
you
them bills
tax
is
break,
still
tax
fat.
break.
Them bills
Because
is
you are-
still there.
He
I
gave
don't
you tax
see.
break.
I still don't see that these people that are going to represent, I don't see them doing anything for black people. I just don't see any Obama, Trump, anything. I don't see.
There's a lot of
Shanika,
people that
hold on,
feel that
Shanika.
way, Dante. But again, I think it goes back to what I said before and kind of what Jackie touched on. I can only do what within the limits of the law that I'm allowed. So, for example, I have clients who get angry at me. I'm only telling you the law as it applies to the state.
Right.
You're getting mad because I'm telling you the truth. I'm giving you options, and the option that I'm giving you is not what you want to
like,
hear.
right.
So now you're angry at me, but it has nothing to do with me. My job is to give you the information as it applies to the law, and that is what Kamala is doing. I believe that is what Barack did. According to the law, I'm giving you the information, or I'm giving you as much of a break as I possibly can. But it's still not enough for you. You're angry because you're not hearing what you want to hear.
And with me not getting what I want from the law, this is where I go to what I know Chris will feel is that I just get everything that I desire, everything that I need through the Lord. I don't need the government to run this program. I don't need the government
Right
to
now,
do this, that, and
sorry,
the other.
get Donald Trump out of office, please.
I'm not worried about, if I am ever sick and there needs to be something set in place for me to get the best care, I'm not looking for the Affordable Care Act to get that done. I'm looking for my Heavenly Father to give me to the best way for me to get my sickness cured. So I don't depend or look for the law to do anything for me. I'm so trying to get detached and indifferent about those things because my focus needs to be all on my Heavenly Father.
So I'm asking you
Right,
this.
but your Heavenly Father gave you intellect, right?
100%.
And he works through people. And he works through people.
He can't. I don't think those people are the government. I don't think those sole people are the president or my senator or my congressional district. I don't think that those people provide anything for me. They want anything they want. So I'm not really looking for these people to do just the things that I desire to get done. I don't think I need them.
Dante, now we have from our YouTube channel, we've got Shanique. Well, first off, she says that she votes because her ancestors could not. But then she wanted to say, did you get a stimulus check? And if you did, what did you do with it? If you're so government.
Look. Here's what the thing is. I'm happy I got a stimulus check. Thank you, but I'm not. I'm not thanking the president. I'm not going to, pledge my loyalty to the president just because he gave me $1,200 when they be taking out my tax money every single check. You know what I mean? Realistically, I'm gonna have to pay that money back. I'm thanking the Heavenly Father that this opportunity came forward to where I was able to get a stimulus check, where I'm able to get whatever benefits are being given to the people. I'm not gonna thank the government. Oh, thank the government saved me. The government saved me. I'm not putting my
That's not what we're
faith.
saying.
Right.
That's not what we're saying. We're not saying that you have to thank the government. That's not what we're saying. But go ahead, Tanya. I'm sorry.
I think what we're
We
saying,
have the promises of Abraham.
yeah.
Love it.
But I was thinking the same thing on the line of Chris, or maybe just a little bit from it. God uses people.
Right.
100%.
No, I understand that. No, I understand that, and I do agree. Just because my own personal is not against her, don't mean that I'm gonna vote. And just because I don't care for her like that, I'm not
Shanika,
gonna
you
say,
got
well,
me in
I'm not gonna
stitches
vote
over
because I
here.
don't care for her. I'm gonna vote. So,
Okay.
but I'm gonna pray and ask God, pray for her and pray for who's running, who Biden and her. I'm gonna pray for them because, and I'm also praying for Trump. Not that I'm praying for him because of whatever, but because these are the people that right now are in the world doing whatever they are doing, and we have to pray for them because
Right.
no matter how, I can't judge them on, they're doing whatever they're doing, but I can't judge them because if they come into my life, they'll be trying to judge me.
Right.
And it's like, you can't judge me, so I'm not going to judge them. I'm just going to pray for them. I might not like her, which that's okay. I like her in God, but
Right.
some of the stuff that she have done, I might not like that, but I'm not going to say, well, I'm not going to go vote. Yes, I'm going to pray and let the Holy Spirit lead me to who I'm supposed to vote for, and to pray whoever that person is that get in office, that I give knowledge to somebody else that's around me in God, that we get together in God and pray for whoever that we get stuff done, because they don't move unless we move. But guess what? We ain't moving, so they doing what they want to do.
Well, I think whoever gets in office, I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna be done. 100%, no one's gonna be happy. It doesn't matter who it is that's running for it. 100% of the people are not gonna be happy. It's always gonna be something.
It's always going to be something.
So that's just the way of the world. Nobody's ever gonna be happy.
That's true. Shanika was telling us from our YouTube channel that we got to look at it, and we got to look at the realities. Is it lesser of two evils? But will we get something better out of it than what we're getting now? Because we know now it's just, I don't know.
Now it's messed up. And if you let that fool go another 4 years, oh my goodness.
Well,
America will become a third world country.
It will, and anybody can run for president. If she felt that she wanted to run for vice president to make a change, anybody can run for vice president or president. If you feel you can make a better change, then you do it.
What change she gonna make?
That's the power. I'm saying what she believes. What
She believes whatever change she believes she can make.
So
That's the
then
reason
why-
she ran. So if you want to make changes or you don't like the changes that you see, why don't you run for president or vice
I
president?
don't want to run for president. I'm gonna do the everyday things that I gotta do, but I just don't think. I don't see why I should care for her and what she wants to do and what they are going to do. Is if it does nothing for me.
I'm not saying you should, but I'm saying I don't think anybody's going to run for president that you're going to like. All their ideas are not going to be 100% what you believe.
What you believe. That's true.
Yeah, I agree with
100%.
Kelly says. I'm not fond of the Democratic or the Republican, but
None of them.
when you look at
Right.
the lesser of two evils and how America has done better under Democratic leadership, you just want to go for that because Trump is going to usher, but then again, that's a whole different subject.
Define better.
Nothing, because Trump may be a part of the world order that we're supposed to be moving to anyway.
What is better and
better
what is
time?
worse? what is worse even? What are these things when we're saying the lesser of two evils? What does better really look like? What does worse really look like? What are these?
Better
but
really looks.
my
Oh, go
no
ahead.
vote is a vote for Trump. My no
That
vote.
is exactly it.
Do you know that he told y'all
Then
y'all
what do
ain't
you
black if you don't vote
propose
for
we do,
Trump?
Dante? What do you propose we do to make that change?
Right, to make it that all.
I just say help the people around you. You know what I mean? I just say focus on the
Right,
people
but
around
we
you.
got to get
I don't
programs. We have
know.
to get funding.
Right.
I definitely,
We
we
have
definitely
to
need
have.
funding. We definitely need
Yes,
funding. But I don't
and
think that.
Trump is not gonna get that for you.
I don't know
He's
if the
not.
Democrats
He's
are going
not
to do
gonna
that.
get that for you.
You got a better
I don't
What
shot
he's
than
gonna
not.
get is a nuclear
Exactly.
warhead that is going to bomb us from North Korea. He'll definitely get that.
Right.
He'll also get a World War III with China. He'll help us get that.
Yeah, and Dante, you may not have thought that Obama did something particularly for you, but you have to look at the world globally.
The mask.
Obama didn't do nothing for black people. I'm talking about presidents that have done things for black people when what happened to black people is they were brought to this country. That's
But
the
He
main
would
thing.
get
No one's
killed
really
like
done
Martin
anything.
Luther King and Malcolm X. He would get killed if he just did it for black people.
So then why should I? If none of the presidents gonna do nothing for black people, why am I supposed to care about the president?
But see, Dante, I'm just gonna say this.
Because there is social programming.
Exactly, but you want your president to protect your state of being and existence.
No weapon formed. I'm sorry, but no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm not worried about.
Dante, and to say is that Obama may not have done a lot of stuff that we like individually. He may not have done anything particularly for you, but he kept our state of being safe in the United
And
States.
mental health, right.
He didn't do that. He negotiated. He had political intelligence.
He
That's
put
it.
the auto industry
Every
back
time
to
on
work. Do you know how
what
many
else we
people
was
that
talking
would have
about?
closed
We tend to
down?
focus on the negative. We don't focus on the positive.
No,
We
I
tend
focus
to
on the whole
the
thing.
negative.
I focus on the whole thing.
He
But
reduced the
Dante,
unemployment rate.
The whole thing is that at what cost?
what
You know
president do
Yes,
we know that went to black people's houses to help them out, other than Barack Obama?
None.
None.
Just because you getting a cameo at somebody's house real quick.
What?
Come
What
on,
would he
Dante.
do
But
for you,
who else
Dante?
did the cameo? Who else even
I'm
took
not-
the time to do that?
I don't think that cameo does
That's
anything for the
crazy.
black community.
Dante,
I don't,
what you're proposing for him to do, for
Listen.
Barack to do, is exactly what Trump is doing for his followers.
Right.
Trump is only doing for his followers, his people, his white supremacist people. And that's what you wanted Barack to do. You wanted Barack to just cater to us.
no, not
And,
at all.
and
Not at all.
that man
And
would
he
have
could
been
have done
killed.
that. Yeah.
That man would have been killed just to cater to one group of people.
I-
When you're president, you have to include everyone.
Right.
Unfortunately.
I don't think that Barack should have just given things to black people. And I
And
didn't
block
see
it
the
every
good that Barack Obama did. The Affordable Care Act was a great thing. That was a
Absolutely.
great thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
But
Okay, yes.
there was also other things that happened that weren't great. Smart War, the people that he bombed, the countries and children that he bombed. If we look at the whole picture of what he did what every other president has done. They have done one thing good for a whole group of people. They've had a lot of things that they try and keep under wraps, that they don't want to talk about. And then nothing was done for the people in the American public that need help the most. There's always people under poverty. And the more our population grows, it's not just black people in poverty, it's Latinos too. Nothing is ever done for these people.
In 8 years, you can't change inequality.
In 8 years, you can't get me one program. You can't start a bill about some reparations.
Program.
Come on, Dante.
You got me an
Mental
affordable care
health
act.
programs,
You got me an
healthcare
affordable. You got me an
programs,
affordable
early
care act.
childhood education. Come on, don't do him like that, dog.
I don't
Yeah.
Like
see.
that.
I don't see.
Give him credit for something.
I-
But Dante, look at I know from a spiritual perspective, Sandra Smiley tells us that Samuel told the children of Israel in the OT that government would never be right because man chose to hear from a king instead of God. Today, that is the current day president. We are to pray for our leaders. Trump has ensured justices are in the place that affect our children and grandchildren for generations. So the injustices that he's putting in place is just gonna really wreak havoc. And so, we've got children in cages, you know what I'm saying, in the detention centers, coming from Mexico. That's
All of
horrible.
this stuff has happened. All of this stuff has happened before. That's the thing. It's not like it's the only thing that's different about this dude is that he's overtly out with it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I support him. I'm not saying I want him to win. I'm just saying I don't see why I should focus on these individuals when they just do the same thing over and over again.
Okay.
It's a cycle.
Right.
That makes me so very sad.
I'm
Very,
Right.
sorry.
very sad.
I'm sorry.
So, are we looking toward? So, Dante, are you looking toward a? Okay, question. What is your opinion on Kanye West and his position for running for
Yeah,
president?
that's maybe
I
what we
think
need, somebody crazy.
No, I think that just speaks more to the foolishness that is this country. You know what I mean? If anybody can run because they just have $1 billion and can build a campaign off the money that they have and can run for president, but haven't gone to school, haven't
Yeah.
done the work of what, I believe the ideal person running for office should do, then it's like that just shows you what a joke this all is. That shows you the
Wow.
same thing with Trump winning. It just shows you how much of a
It's a
joke
joke.
this all is. Like
So
I
what do
Yeah,
you propose? What's the
we in a
solution,
reality
Dante?
trading places.
my
This
my
is
solution
crazy.
my solution is my understanding is that I cannot do anything about the machine, right? You know what I mean? I'm not going to be able to stop this person winning or stop that person from losing this, that, or whatever. What I can do is affect change on the everyday people in the communities that I care about, and I can find ways to do that, maybe with programs, because we talked about programs from the government,
Right.
or just working with individuals on grassroots levels. So I don't see that I need the president of the United States to be this one person for me to get the work that I want to get done in the community. I just tell people to help out the people that you see. There was a lot of stuff that
That's
happened through
not
this.
going to work.
How is that not going to work? It's
It's not
community.
because everyone doesn't live in a place with the heart that you have.
Right.
They just do not. And so if you do what you're saying, which I promote, I think everyone
Right.
here on the POJ show, we reach out, support, bring our community forward,
That's who we
right?
are.
But everyone's not going to do that, Dante. So
And I'm
without
not.
social programming, without governmental funding, without people collectively, you say that you yourself cannot make a difference. That's true. But
Not
if we get
alone.
1 million votes, 1 billion votes of people just like you, that's where the difference comes.
And
Everybody has to do their part, and your
Their
part
part,
is
yeah.
casting a vote. That's
it's
your part.
I don't believe that is my part because we've done that. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We were given the right to vote in I forget what year, somewhere in the
That's
1800s.
what
You don't
Shaniqua
even
was
know
saying.
the
But
year.
Boy,
look,
Dante,
Shelley.
Dante,
You don't even know the year.
But if the
you
wrong person is in office, Dante, this is what Monique wants you to understand. If the wrong person is in office, there will continue to be roadblocks, particularly for black
Yeah.
people. What is your
well,
opinion on that?
listen, Dante, we definitely need your vote because he is blocking the older people for what he's doing with the post office, with the
Yeah.
COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He,
So we all live in
He's
California. This is a blue
crazy.
state. My vote, no matter what, our vote with the Electoral College is going to be for the Democrats, regardless. But that just speaks more to show you that my
don't
personal
believe
vote,
that.
huh?
You can't go by that.
No, that's
Right.
literally what happens. The Electoral College makes the decision of the Democratic representatives that live in our state, and we are a blue state. There's going to be some red votes, there's going to be some blue votes, but where I live, whoever represents my district for where I live is going to vote blue. There is no other way around that. It's been that
Right.
way for X amount of years. So that just speaks more to show you that my one vote, who I say
Thank
in the
you,
box,
Meg.
does not speak to what is going to happen.
And
Right.
she
There
But
is
was
Dante,
already a
what if so many people like you
That's
sat
how-
back and said, I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to vote. California can turn from a blue state to a red one due to the
California
fact
has
that we're not lifting
never
things up.
has
Yes,
never
that
in the
could happen.
history
And that's how Trump got
Because
elected.
not
That's
in
how
California.
Trump got
You
elected.
got Pennsylvania
That's
and
exactly
none
how
of
Trump got
Yes.
elected.
Listen
Nobody
to-
voted.
Listen to
Right.
me.
Nobody thought it was a joke.
the popular vote was for
Dante,
Hillary Clinton. She won. That was literally what was
Right.
done.
Dante,
Like,
I'm Philadelphia, brother. And guess what? Because we didn't show up in Pennsylvania, brother,
Exactly.
Mhm.
Donald Trump got elected.
Exactly.
You got
You
it,
know,
G. I think we do. I think we do.
My own city and my state brought Trump into
They did.
this
I
fight.
remember watching it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
the
think the
Shanika was
reason
saying
why
it
he
just like
won
in
is 'cause
Georgia.
not as
It
many
can go
people
from red
turned
to
out
blue.
as they did for Barack.
No,
That's
the
the
reason
reason.
here's the honest reason why that man became president.
Electoral college.
No. We know
In
what this country
2016.
is. We know what everything that has happened and what
Hey, Mo.
continues to happen. We see it with the police. We see it in education. We see it in politics all the time. We know what the country is built on and what our country wants to represent.
Right.
A racist white male. That's what they've done time and time again. That's why he won. He fits what they want us to represent. It's not because of this person voted this. No, they wanted
Make
that
America
man to
great
get into.
again.
Ha, 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 ha.
Make America great again. That's what they wanted to do.
That's
like.
what they. That's what.
That's
It's
the
not
mission.
ideology. It's an opinion. It's a belief that they have. It's not just because.
Okay, well, I'm brainwashed.
I'm going to ask you, Dante,
I'm gonna
to
vote.
watch a documentary. It's on the Oprah Winfrey Channel, and it's a tribute to John Lewis. Have you seen that?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't care much about John Lewis. I'm a
No,
Don't
you must watch that.
Why?
It is your
Oh my gosh.
obligation as a man of color.
Why?
You have
He
to
said
watch
I
why?
hope I'm dead and gone when
It's
y'all
your
go up there.
history. It's your heritage. It's a compilation of who you are.
Or as a
I
on
don't.
this.
I personally don't think that John Lewis represented me as a
I'm
person. May his
scared.
soul
I hope-
rest in
ooh, I
peace,
hope
but
I'm
I
dead and
just
gone
don't.
when y'all up
I
there.
just don't think these individuals in power represented me. I don't see the world the same way as they do. I didn't do the same things that they do. I don't want to do the things that they did
I don't know
because
how
they
you
did.
can look at hate in its face and racism at its face and say that it does not speak to you.
I know. Come on. I'm having trouble with this audio. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. There's an audio issue over here.
Politics
We back.
and collective action in that way, in politics and in policy, that's not what I care about. I care about if one of my friends needs to eat, if we need to get somebody to school, if we need to get this done in my community, that's my focus. And
Thank you, man.
John
God
Lewis
bless
didn't
you.
work for me on that level.
But why can that still be your focus and you still participate in voting in the political realm? You could be doing they could be parallel processes. You could still help people. But let me tell you something. When they go back and they look, and okay, first of all, you got my emotions everywhere.
Uh
I don't mean to get y'all riled up. I'm sorry. This is literally just my opinion from what I've seen
Thank
and
you,
what I've
baby.
studied and why I just find frustration in the government. Literally, that's
Amen.
just
We all have it. We all have
I
it.
understand. 100%.
I understand what you're saying, and what you're saying is what the world is, white supremacy. But if that's the case, why did Obama get in? Obama got in because people showed up and voted. And when you look at the voting count on Trump, they showed how many minorities did not vote. And if they had voted, he wouldn't have won.
One. That's true.
Period.
He won the
He
pop.
wouldn't have won. He wouldn't have won. It's the black people, it's the minorities with that same mindset as you that think that their vote doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
But 1 + 2 and 2 + 2 = 4, and
That shit adds up.
Can I ask y'all this
It does.
question?
Yes.
Can I ask y'all this question? If I'm a minority who voted for Obama, if I'm a black man who voted for Obama, I wasn't old enough to vote back then, but just say I was, and say that I had this idea as I walked to the polls that this black man that became president was going to do something for our community.
Right.
If that was my thing, because I'm voting, because I'm seeing a black man, I think that brother's gonna do something for me. And if 8 years goes by and nothing happens, if the same thing maybe happened for, how is that not true? You could talk to people come through this nation.
Your
all the time.
unemployment rate went down to its lowest
In his
point.
yes.
For black
You got
people.
jobs.
For black
That's what he did
people.
for you. He gave you
Check this
health
out.
care.
I don't.
That's what he did for
Dante.
you.
Yeah, I mean, come on,
When
Dante,
Obama
baby.
came into office, the unemployment rate was at 12%.
So
Thank
When
you.
Thank
Trump
you.
came, he brought
Let's
it
wrap
down
Let's really wrap
I know,
it.
man.
If we're
4%
entering the job
in 8
force,
years.
what does that speak for the wealth in our community? Just because you have a job does not mean you're wealthy. Just because you have a job doesn't mean you have any ownership. Just because you have a
Right.
job doesn't mean anything except that you have a job and you have income.
Okay.
Exactly. And
So
if you have
how did
income, then you can make a difference.
Difference in the choices, right?
You
if
can make a difference. You can do all that work you telling me about. Taking JoJo to the store and getting JoJo a backpack to go to school and all those other things.
I just don't feel
Right.
that any president has done anything for black people. Like that,
Wow.
and it's the reality.
Really, Dante, as a
It's the
president,
reality.
It's just getting
but
wild,
Dante,
y'all. How you
president
doing,
to me is
Sandra?
like a parent.
Boy, I know.
When you
Boy,
have
I'm gonna tell him.
parent,
Monique,
you don't do one thing
what?
for one child and not for the other.
Exactly.
The other.
Of everybody.
Thank you, Corliss.
And
How you
you
doing?
is undeniable that he helped everybody. And that's the problem with black people. We think just because you black, we supposed to have one extra heads up because you black. And that's not the mentality.
Here's why that needs to be the mentality. Black people
No.
went through 400 years
No.
of chattel slavery.
No.
400 years. They were then given no access into the wealth and opportunities, and when they were, their stuff was bombed. That problem has never been talked about in the United States from a president's eyes or from their mouths. Reparations is what a lot of people are pushing to talk back for what happened for all those years. The
Right.
Jewish
But you know
people
what?
got it.
Just that platform that you're standing on, Dante, that one right there. Your
Right.
ancestors are turning over in their graves.
Yeah,
because they
Dante, you've
couldn't
got
read,
some commentary
because
over
they
here in
couldn't write,
Facebook.
because they couldn't vote.
Exactly. So they
And
need
here
reparations.
you can. And
Look,
your
Dante.
generation is saying,
Because
they
I don't
didn't
really
think
like them. They have
She's
to
telling us that
make
this
them
is the
like
example.
president of a company.
Oh, Dante,
Come on,
baby.
man.
Dante.
What is it not going to do? If you don't vote, you're invisible.
Dante. Oh
Okay.
God,
Oh,
where's
wow.
my
Voting gives me access.
Dante, sweetie? This Sandra is telling us that this is the example of our Black history not being shared with our young people. She's
I
just
studied
really
Black
afraid for
history
you right now,
all throughout
Dante.
college.
I am too. I hope I'm gone.
I
You know what I'm
studied this all
saying?
throughout college. I debated about this.
That's
on
the other
highest
problem.
level
You
and
went to
just-
college.
Good night, ladies.
We love you,
Like that.
Tap.
Good night, ladies.
I'm gonna
Love you,
get out of here
Dad.
too, but
Be
I didn't mean
I
to
love you,
rile
baby.
y'all up.
Good night.
I didn't mean to rile y'all up.
Chrissy, thank you,
You
sweetie.
didn't round me up. I'm just telling you. You go to college. Don't think when you go to college you ain't brainwashed. Don't think when you go to college you ain't
Obama
brainwashed.
was consistent. He was blocked on so many things. Good night, Gerald. Gerald had to go. Oh my God, Dante, you got the ladies of the chat in an uproar. We've got a lot of stuff going on in Facebook, YouTube. We like, what is going
You gotta stay
on?
woke in college. You gotta stay woke in college too, Dante.
I went to school.
Don't let the
I
college
read
fool
these
you.
Love you too,
authors.
man.
I read the books. I studied it.
You read the books. Let me tell
You
you.
read the book. What's the timeline?
Dante, why did you go to college?
Dante, you
Because
know
I
there's
had to.
there's other people. Dante, you know there's other people running for president than them two. So if you
Yeah.
do your
Right.
Kanye.
Right.
you got a Green
You're not
Party.
running
Right.
You got a Green Party. You could look up. You got to
Right.
research.
Here's the
It's
reality.
like the only four people that's
Right.
out there.
Here's
Right.
the reality.
Right.
Here's
I
the
love
reality.
y'all so much.
Here's the reality. We learn this in government. There's a bunch of other parties, independent, green, libertarian, all these
Right.
other things. Who
Right.
are the two parties that hold the most seats in Congress and traditionally
But guess
have
what?
won for the
But
past
guess what?
45 years? It's
But
the
guess
Republicans
what?
and the Democrats. There's no
You think
change.
there's not change?
Nah,
there's
because, and this
change
is,
when
here, I'm going to go to the literature.
Okay, that's the part of the tree that you are. You're a part of a tree, and there's the root of the tree is Christ, because you got the root already. So what part are you? Are you the limb? Are you just the fruit that's gonna fall off and hit the
Hold
ground?
on, y'all.
Or are you gonna be the branch that's gonna have some leaves and gonna have some more branches growing off of your branch?
What is that?
So what you have to do is start that process. Start the process. Tell the people, well, you know what, I'm for this person because they might not be a Democrat or Republican, but they have the values and
Right.
they have what I like, and then you vote for them, and you might bring that person along,
Right.
and then they gonna tell somebody, well, I'm voting, and then it starts a circle, a cycle,
Shanika.
but who gonna start the cycle?
Right.
Who's
hear
gonna
you.
do it?
Can I explain?
So
Can I
you gotta start
explain?
the cycle.
Can I
Dante.
explain my I just want to explain how I'm saying this so y'all can see what I'm seeing. That's
Okay.
all I'm trying to do. we talked about, why did I go to school, this, that, and the other. When I went to school, I read authors. And one of the things I read by Audre Lorde, she says, you cannot dismantle the master's house with the master's tools. And my understanding of that is she's speaking about systems of oppression that function in the United States against black people. And with the master's tools, voting, if I perform in these systems, if I say that these systems should reform, change up, or do anything in these systems, I cannot dismantle these systems that are going against black people. If I vote, if I say this is going to work, if I perform in these systems at any type, I'm not going to actually do anything for the oppression that is against black people. That's how I
the
see things.
bullshit they feed you in college. That's
not
what I'm
the
talking
bullshit.
about.
That's the real.
But you know what, Dante, the
woke.
part that you're missing, the
They
part
woke.
you're missing in that,
If you know,
What time is it?
the part you're missing is that the master is working with you.
Right.
The master is not working.
Yeah,
Why
so
is
the
there that
master
hierarchy?
can.
No.
Yeah,
Why is
no,
there
the
a hierarchy?
master is working with
Sure.
you.
Exactly.
He's working with you.
I'm
They
the
woke.
master, and here's if the master is working with me, the reason I have a problem
Do they know
with
that?
that is because why is there this hierarchy? If the only hierarchy that I submit to is my heavenly Father, why am I supposed
and that's who
to?
your master is. That's who she's saying your master is, walking with you to help you. That's the only way how you gonna get your voice out there.
Exactly.
For somebody to
Oh
know
my
if you
gosh.
let the master, the Holy Spirit guide you in what you supposed to be doing. Because if you're not listening to God and you're only going by your own assumptions about what you read in this book over
Lord,
here,
you see the time?
believe me, no matter if you like that person or not, it doesn't matter. Even Jesus had to get beyond from among his own people because they didn't believe, so they wasn't getting
I don't
healed.
think God
So they
telling me
didn't
to vote.
believe.
Oh
I don't
my
think God being
goodness.
like, yo, you gotta vote. I don't really.
Lord, do you guys see the
I'm
time? Do you guys know what time it is?
Yeah, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
You
I
guys
give
see
up.
the time? It's almost 8:30.
One last comment. Dante, the Bible says, obey the laws of the land.
Obey the laws of the
Obey the
land.
law.
The laws of the land
So
are
I'm gonna leave
anti-black.
it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. In voting,
Well, this has been a great time.
I know. My
I
God.
tell you.
We've had a lot of stuff. Hey, sis. What's up, Meg? Guys,
Today.
we went to
We
church.
did.
We went to Africa. We went to Beijing, baby.
We went everywhere.
We took you there. This is amazing. I didn't even realize what time it was. Great show, Meg says we've had. Of course, we got the amazing ladies of the chat. We've got Dante. We had Chico Brown in the house. We had Big Tap in the house. Oh my gosh, Shelly C, Tanya Michelle. Then I'm going to be grateful and thankful. Look, guys, our YouTube channel is up and running, ladies. We are rolling. We had viewers tonight. I want to give a special shout out to Megalicious, and of course Shaniqua. Shaniqua rolled with us all night, nonstop. I love you. I thank you. And I'm gonna here's everybody. Say this is everybody. This is the chat. Here's everyone. Say hey, and
Bye,
we've got
buddy.
Miss Chris Fisher in the house. She joins us. Chris is finna be a part of the chat. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna let Lori deal with all of that. But and then of course we've had some amazing times going on in our Facebook viewers. So I'm really excited and thankful and grateful we're able to stream on all platforms. God is with us. And so time did go by fast, Meg said. Shaniqua says, hi everybody. Shaniqua, we're going to be back. We'll be back next Saturday. We might be doing a pop-up show. Lori talked about us doing some pop-up shows. So you guys be ready for that. Pop-up shows, you know what I'm saying? So we're doing great things. Lori G, Shelly C, ladies of the chat, Tanya Michelle, Miss Fisher. What do you guys all have to say tonight for these amazing people who joined us?
God
God bless them. God bless them. God bless them, and God bless them. They are the righteousness of God. And
I don't know what happened with Kevin. I guess he probably cut us off at that 8 o'clock mark, but we kept rolling on. And Facebook rolled with us. Thank you, Megalicious. Lord G, I love you.
Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. The Poetry of Justice
See
Show
you
with
next
JackieRay
week.
Phillips.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Alrighty.
Love
All
you
right.
guys.
Okay, I love you
on
guys
Facebook
too.
and
Hold on, I'm
everything.
trying to get this finished, and then I'm learning live on my
Yeah,
live
cut it
stream,
all
y'all. Are you sure we want to stop streaming? We're gonna stop streaming. Thank you, Shaniqua. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I'm too loud. Okay, thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Bring
I
a
gotta
friend
go
next
in here.
time. Bring a